We need your help.
She did not mention a deadline or a ransom, and CBS's Andres Gutierrez reports authorities don't appear to have much to go on.
They still don't have a suspect. There is no person of interest or any suspicious vehicles that have been tied to this investigation.
She was last seen on January 31st. Jeffrey Epstein's former companion, Ghislaine Maxwell, invoked her Fifth Amendment rights today and refused to answer questions from members of the House Oversight Committee. Representative Jasmine Crockett of Texas said there are others they'd like to question.
We need to make sure that there's not some cabal that is operating currently and still engaging in this type of behavior.
Maxwell's attorney indicated she would talk if granted clemency. Committee Chairman James Comer.
What she said today, she's asked for clemency from the president. So I personally don't think she should be granted any type of immunity or clemency.
At the Justice Department today, some lawmakers got a look at unredacted Epstein files. CBS's Scott McFarland reports.
3 million pages of files have been released. We are still trying to make our way through those. Members of Congress can look at some of the other 3 million, but I think needle in a haystack is a charitable way of trying to describe what they're looking for or going to find.
Wendy Gillette reports there are 2 trials getting underway, raising questions about social media sites and their impact on kids.
A lawyer for a 20-year-old woman accuses Meta and YouTube of engineering addiction in children in a trial that's underway in a Los Angeles court. She claims severe mental harm because of social media addiction as a child. The state of New Mexico is also suing Meta, accusing the company of misrepresenting the safety of its platforms. Attorney Donald Migliori.
Meta put profits over safety.
The state accuses Meta of creating a breeding ground for child sex predators. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Public school teachers in San Francisco have gone on strike.
Say union, go say power. Union, power. Union, power.
It's the first such strike in nearly 50 years. Nurses at 2 major hospital systems in New York City have reached a deal to end a nearly month-long strike. Nurse Patrick Klein.
We want to get back in there. We want to take care of our patients.
The agreement still needs approval by union members. On Wall Street today, stocks finished higher. The Nasdaq was up by 207 points. The Dow Jones Industrials finished the day 20 points higher. This is CBS News.
Real crimes, real justice. Follow and listen to 48 Hours on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Preparing for a Super Bowl victory parade. But first, Nate Connors is at the real-time traffic desk.
And this one brought to us by Lake Washington Windows and Doors in South Tacoma, North 5, just past South 74th. A collision blocks your right lane. We could see that second lane blocked once tows arrive on scene. Right now, the backup isn't terrible. Olympia to Tacoma, 35 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma, we're pushing 40 minutes. We're starting to fill in along South Center. Renton to Puyallup on southbound 167, looking good, 35 minutes. We're starting to thicken up through Algona and Pacific. South 405 is heavy through Factoria. You'll clear, though, by the time you hit 112th, and then building volumes near the VMAC in Renton, Bellevue to Renton, still under 20 minutes. North 5 in Seattle, just past the West Seattle Bridge, we have a new stall in the HOV lane. Your scattered backup start at the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal, 20-25 minutes to make it through downtown. And South 5, starting to slow from the Ship Canal Bridge in the downtown. This report brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. It's home show season. Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off, plus 12 months, same as cash financing. Visit them at the home shows or lakewashingtonwindows.com. KIRO Newsradio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Super Bowl 60 belongs to the Seattle Seahawks.
Congratulations on the Super Bowl win. Take it back to Seattle. You're Super Bowl champs.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell there presenting the Lombardi Trophy to the Hawks. Head coach Mike McDonald.
The way our team just decide, like when they set their mind to something and then they stick together and make it come to life, it's just unbelievable.
The Seattle police say last night's Super Bowl celebrations were mostly peaceful in the city, but not without their fair share of problems. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Thousands of loyal Seahawks fans, the 12s, converged on downtown Seattle and on Capitol Hill for a celebration that went on for hours. In spite of the number of people on the street, SPD Detective Eric Munoz says incidents of violence were rare.
We had multiple arrests for DUI, multiple arrests for firearm violations, and assault arrests. There was no significant injuries or fatalities. There was no homicides, no fatality collisions.
Munoz says there was some broken glass on the Pioneer Square pergola and some damaged street signs. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Now up to 1 million 12s could be on hand for the Seahawks Super Bowl parade this Wednesday. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin checks in with the King County Sheriff's Office about security preps for that event.
Deputies say there will be plenty of law enforcement flooding downtown to keep people safe on Wednesday.
We have a plan in place right now. We want to be prepared for everything.
The Seahawks are already encouraging people to take public transit since parking will be difficult.
Be patient, be smart, don't drink and drive.
If you do plan on being one of the hundreds of thousands of people expected to attend the parade, officers say they want you to report anything suspicious if you see it.
A Western Washington University alum delivered Team USA's first gold medal of the Olympic Winter Games. 30-year-old Breezy Johnson captured gold in women's downhill. She edged the silver medalist by just 0.04 of a second. Her next event is the Super G this Thursday morning. Weather update now. We are looking at some partly cloudy skies here in Seattle. The South Sound getting a little bit of light rain this afternoon. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday looks mostly dry. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show. Thank you.
Okay.
That sounds like a lot of work. I play pickleball sometimes. Sometimes my sneezes sound like giggles. I'm happy to talk about whether or not I smell good or bad. I thought maybe that would be helpful. That's what I know.
Okay. It's our producer today. By the way, Jacob's celebrating his, how many years you've been here? Coming up on the 12th of February, huh?
Well, that's my birthday, so that's not how many years I've been here.
In fact, you got a job. There should be a present. All right, in full disclosure, I didn't watch the game. I mean, I watched a little bit of it, and then I got bored. I know, anti-American. Call me Bad Bunny, too. But I know, it's like, they haven't converted on one third down, but 14 times. The punter was the most exhausted player on the field. And at that point, I'm like, this is not even a game. I watched the game. I said, I've seen the game. The game was against the Rams. That was the Super Bowl. The rest of this stuff just a bunch of various dips and cheeses.
The game you were at. That's the real important game, of course.
That was the game. He was a good man. He was a good man. All right, I believe everything I have here. Look at Jacob, who doesn't like to work hard. Actually did 3 pages of news.
How many does Joe usually do?
Just 2.
Oh.
Let's see. When people are like, wow, I don't know much about Puerto Rico. What's the deal with Puerto Rico? Do we want to go to Puerto Rico? Is that a state? I'll clear all that up. By the way, I say this. Puerto Rico has really gotten screwed, not only by the Spanish, but the United States has been a real number on really messing them up over there. You know the history of Puerto Rico?
I'm excited to learn. Yeah, I was going to say.
Thank you. Because if you said I have no interest in it. Oh, there goes 8 minutes of the show. Let's see. Also, a day in history with Steve Jobs. Today's the day that everybody got addicted to iPhones. They released the first iPhone. And remember Steve Ballmer doing this. Nobody's going to buy the thing. It's not going to be good for business. And $500 is a lot of money. Steve Ballmer's famous quotes about the iPhone. But it came out on this very day. Plus, speaking of iPhones and texting, was this from Psychology Today?
Yes, it is.
These are wonderful stories. How long should you wait before texting after a date? I'm sure Jacob probably has some advice on that. And then, do you have a little bit? I mean, here's This is what I got last night in the final seconds before the Super Bowl ended. Just a little bit of, hold on, let's see, I'm going to stop that. I'm going to put this back. You might have to play it for me because the antiquated system we have here.
Here we go.
Give me a little bit of rye.
5, 4, 3, 2, yes! Yes! Yes!
In his apartment. All by himself.
Was he by himself?
Oh, yeah. He would not watch the game with anybody. Cannot watch the game with anybody.
Yeah.
I think even Marcus the cat has to go in the other room.
The box is just, it's getting a room-sized box, but he still wants to be entirely alone. It was
2 minutes and 30 seconds. You heard it, right? I played it for you. It's quite remarkable. And this kid, who is my son, sees that game as 10 years of his life. Like he's invested 10 years into it. And finally, that's what you get. And then he goes through the whole history of all the horrible things that happened to the Seahawks over those 10 years. And I wrote him back, what are you going to say? Like, get help? My God. It's good to love something. He doesn't have a girlfriend, so it's the first time I'm sure the neighbors have heard him yelling stuff like that. Yes! Yes!
Sorry, you think that's what he would be yelling otherwise if he had a girlfriend?
It's a double entendre joke. It's an afternoon drive radio joke. Sorry, I'm moving on next page. Never mind. You get it, Teeny. You hussy. Plus, the guy that lost the most amount of money at the Super Bowl bets, who, by the way, had won. Don't feel bad for him because Mac won. Mattress Mac won. Not related to the comment I just made. Mattress Mac made $75 million when he picked the Houston Astros to win. He loses, biggest loss when he bet the Patriots to win. But what a crazy story this guy has got. He sells mattresses, but if you were to wander into the wrong room at his mattress and furniture store there in Houston, you could find yourself in high school, grade school, or taking a welding class in the same building. Really fascinating individual, so don't feel bad for him losing. How much did he lose altogether? $2 million?
This game, $2 million. Or he should presumably lost $2 million.
Yeah, he normally gives it all back to charities, whatever he wins anyway. But
not the biggest loss he's ever had either, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, I didn't. Ooh, thank you for that. Thanks for that tease there.
That's a tease.
Yeah, and then let's see, a couple of interesting things coming out of Olympia. One of them is, I love this one, Washington Democrats have filed a proposal requiring schools to provide excuse absence for protesting. So you can't mark the kid absent. If they want to go out there and march around, they go out and march around, but they cannot be considered. So that's great that you've got lawmakers getting right into the schools. And then why don't they also pass laws that everybody gets a C? That way nobody feels bad for themselves. That could be the next step. And then also the Seattle Times, which I think had like 700 and some thousand subscribers, is down to like 260. It's scraping bottom. So, of course, they're going to go where? Rather than possibly producing a product that more people would want to read, they go to Olympia and beg for funding. They want you, the taxpayer, that has already rejected the stuff coming from the Seattle Times, to then subsidize the junk coming out of the Seattle Times. It'll be interesting if the media goes along with this plan. They passed this in Canada, and Google has to pay a fee to support the media in Canada. There would be a good proposal. They don't have this in Canada, and if they end up passing this in Washington, it should say at the top, Seattle Times since like 1890 or whatever it is, Seattle Times, and then it should say supported by your tax dollars or supported by government dollars, something like that. So then you know what you're reading. Because how could you bite the hand that feeds you if you knew that the government, there is no government, that the people are being forced to subsidize the material that you're producing? This would be like if Chi-Chi's Restaurant or Planet Hollywood went to Congress and said, hey, listen, I know it was a crappy plan. Arnold Schwarzenegger is never going to eat here, and our Captain Crunch chicken fingers are really not that great, but we just need to get more people in. If we can you subsidize this? Because pretty good chance that we're going to have Anne Margaret to show up at one of our openings. Planet Hollywood is gone, right?
There's a lot of Googling I need to do. I don't know.
You don't even know Planet Hollywood?
Not really.
They opened in Seattle. It was a big deal, and everybody in Seattle's like, oh, that's horrible. But they showed up for the opening day, and all the celebrities came in one door, and they all waved, and they all bolted out the other door. But I got a Planet Hollywood leather jacket out of the whole deal, so what am I complaining about? All right, this day in history, or that's all set. And now I was thinking... Thank you. All right, so if you watch the halftime show and you're like, Bad Bunny, I don't understand what he's saying. And if you did speak Spanish, like my wife, she's like, some of these lyrics are pretty dirty.
They got by the censors.
Muy feo? It's feo? Fia? What's feo?
Oh, don't. Are these bad words?
No, feo is ugly.
Okay.
I was just trying to think of dirty. Okay, so here's what happened. So Spain gets Puerto Rico in, Columbus rolls in there, 1493. They take it. They're like, okay, fine. Well, the locals were like, hey, this is good. This is interesting. We got some new people here. The Taino were the name of the locals there on that little island. They were sophisticated. They had arts and sports, a vibrant culture, a nice little government structure, but they were no match for measles and smallpox. And then enslaving them and a bunch of other problems went with it. And the fact that Spain had all sorts of other headaches going on, they basically just abandoned the island for about 400 years, really didn't do much with it at all. And then in 1898, the United States takes over. And again, the locals were like, yeah, Yahoo, or in Spanish, Yahoo. They celebrated that, okay, the U.S. is coming in here. So the U.S. does this thing where they transfer Puerto Rico, but they don't actually take it as a state. They take it as like property. They said, well, we're a republic. We're not an empire. So Puerto Rico becomes like part of the United States, but only sort of a weird addition to, because the Supreme Court in 1901 comes up with this kind of cockamamie, better read the small print stuff saying, well, you're not a state, but you're a territory. We'll make you a territory of the United States. So you won't have as much say in how the government works, but don't worry, you're going to love it. Well, the U.S. takes over and basically comes in and says, hey, the best thing we can do for Puerto Rico is change its name to Puerto Rico. They change up the pronunciation of it. Then they also say, no more, don't speak Spanish. They go into the schools. You have to learn English. And if you were a school teacher and you're teaching English, you could lose your job or be thrown in jail. So they're like, okay, we're cleaning everything up. We're going to make you American, but we're not going to let you into America. So things aren't going really well. They just sort of get screwed over by the U.S. And then in 1920, another thing hurts them. They have the Jones Act. The Jones Act says that if you're U.S. ships have to be built by the U.S., shipping cargo that would be delivered in U.S. ports. So you got to have an American-made ship that's flying a U.S. flag, and it's going to only be able to drop off in U.S. ports. Well, what happens is when the ships come in from China with a bunch of cargo, they sail right on by Puerto Rico, and the people are like, hey, what about us? And it goes right on by, because it's not allowed to stop there, right? Because it's not a U.S. state. It stops in Jacksonville, Florida, offloads everything, and then, yay, the Jones Act of 1920. All the cargo has to get transferred into a U.S. ship, made in the U.S., flying a U.S. flag, and then go to Puerto Rico. Well, imagine the price. So the cost of everything is higher. The wages aren't any better, so people are paying a whole bunch of money for it. 1976, the IRS comes up with the 936 plan. This is a great one if you're a business. So in 1976, they say, if you want to set up manufacturing in Puerto Rico, you don't have to pay any federal taxes on your profits. Well, every business races down there, especially pharmaceuticals, into Puerto Rico, and they start building big factories and employing everybody, and business starts booming really well. But in 1996 comes along, and Congress says, you know what, let's try to balance the budget. How can we balance the budget? And somebody says, yeah, I got an idea. Why don't we get rid of that no tax thing in Puerto Rico? Yeah, but let's phase it out in 10 years. That's just those of you not watching, those weren't really the real voices. That was just me. So they phase it out. Well, what happens is all the businesses go, they just leave, and they leave behind everything because they're going to leave. We got to start to pay tax on this stuff. So then it falls into a big recession, and then they have all sorts of problems. They try to get out of it. They do this thing called a triple tax exempt bond, where the bond market loves it, so it buys it all up. But then unfortunately, Puerto Rico could never repay that. They go about $70 million in debt. And then Congress in 1984 said, you're not a state. You can't declare bankruptcy. You're just a territory. So these people are getting screwed every which way. Just read one of Bad Bunny's lyrics. He can explain how to do that. And then what happens is they just sort of are sitting and waiting for something good to happen. In 2022, the residents of Puerto Rico said, yes, we want to be part of the United States. The House passed it. It died in the Senate, and it just sort of sits and waits. If it does become the 51st state, then you're going to see Republicans want Guam. Same thing would happen with Alaska and Hawaii. When they let Alaska in 1959, they knew that would be a Republican state. They said, okay, we'll let Hawaii in. So they were doing this trading. We'll give you Alaska, but we get Hawaii. And that's how it all set up. So for Bad Bunny, I guess, put it in his words, what it's like in Puerto Rico. Pee-pee, poo-poo, tinky, winky. Gong, please.
Do you have a gong?
I double-sided the gong.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. Got all that? Questions, comments, and concerns?
Well, it is interesting. My understanding is that Bad Bunny's policy support, he actually supports Puerto Rican independence, not statehood. So
to go entirely on their own.
I suppose. Yeah. That's it is interesting because clearly I think a lot of people reacted to the performance and probably had the statehood argument in their heads, but in fact that's not even actually what he believes.
No, but if you're just sitting there watching and think, okay, because you first of all you don't speak Spanish.
Yeah,
If you don't speak Spanish, it comes by so quickly. Even Nick, who speaks really great Spanish. She's like, wow, this is really fast, what he's saying.
Yeah, I think it's slightly,
but
different.
It's really weird. Even though I didn't understand a word he was saying, I assume he was singing something about having crotch itch because he kept grabbing his genitals. And I said, Nick, is he singing about an STD? I really felt it brought America together, just like Roger Goodell said it would.
Okay.
Like, it's so obvious. And I was going to have this discussion at this little get-together.
Mm-hmm.
They need younger people. Teenage boys are not watching football. They're not giving 3 hours of their life to football because they're just not. They don't have the attention span for it. Well, how can we got to keep growing the business because the older guys that are watching are dying, literally dying. So we've got to bring the next generation up. They're not playing football. They're not active. They're not getting off the couch. We've got to get the next base of viewers to come in. So how do we do that? How about Bad Bunny?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, international brand appeal.
Yeah, international stuff. Let's get into Germany. And everybody knows that the 18th game is coming. I forget who was talking about that. I said, come on, stop fooling us. You just need to keep extending to keep making money. So
I was a little distracted. I was looking up Planet Hollywood and
Is it still around?
I believe there are some locations.
Have they gone to Congress yet and asked for help? About their crap.
Yeah, they're sending Anne Margaret. She's 84 years old, ostensibly still alive.
Well, you're really working hard. How about Uma Bombeck? Let's see if she's out there.
Okay, I'll check.
All right. Here comes Nate checking traffic, Nathan.
Thanks, John. Simply Seattle has our update. South Tacoma on North 5, just past South 74th Street. A collision's now off to your right shoulder. No longer a blocking issue. And really, there's no big backup in left either. In Federal Way, southbound 509 at South Dash Point Road, we've got a collision with about 1.5 miles bumper-to-bumper backup behind it. Southbound 405, we're looking at scattered backups forming between Factoria and Renton. Bellevue to Renton still looking pretty good at 20 minutes. Our lake bridges look great. Westbound 520, you will jam up in Montlake Boulevard. North 5 into Seattle has scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal Bridge. Nice clear swath through the downtown core. That earlier stall near the West Seattle Bridge is cleared, and it's right around 20 minutes to make it through downtown. Once you clear the Ship Canal Bridge, you're all clear with a little slowing up there at the Linwood Interchange. South 5 slows from the Ship Canal Bridge into downtown. Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear with both licensed and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats, and collectibles. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order at simplyseattle.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
If you have ever used in a sentence, I've got bone on bone when it comes to my knees, I got arthritis and a bunch of other problems, you're complaining to somebody about your shoulder, maybe it's the only reason it's your best excuse for not hitting the drive well. I got this bad shoulder, got an elbow, wrist, knee, whatever it is. You will have no more excuses on the golf course, tennis court, pickleball court, wherever it is, if you go to see Dr. Mark Wagner. I can tell you 20,000 people have gone there for stem cell procedures. It is a 90-minute outpatient procedure, and I am now another one of his thousands and thousands of satisfied patients. I had a really bad hip, looking at possibly getting hip surgery, and I go to see Dr. Mark Wagner. He looks at my x-rays, the MRI, and he goes, this is going to work on your hip. So I get the procedure done. It's been about 12 weeks now. I love it. I'm running again. I feel better that I've been able to exercise more fully because I don't have to worry about my hip. So if you've got a bad shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, knee, whatever it is, and you're considering surgery, you owe it to yourself to go see Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine First. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Soak it in, Seattle.
3, 2, 1. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60. They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Congratulations to your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
We got the best team. 12 is 1. We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other. And now we're world champions.
And this is where the champs play. The home of the Seahawks. KIRO Newsradio.
I'm Chris Davis, former King County prosecutor and founder of the Davis Law Group in Seattle. If you've been injured in a crash caused by impaired or drunk drivers, there are special considerations that need to be taken to protect your legal rights. Davis Law Group's team of investigators and lawyers know how to properly investigate DUI crashes and identify all parties who might be legally responsible for your injuries and damages. Call Davis Law Group at 206-888-8888 or get my free book at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Well, this is pretty fun for me. Normally, Shannon O'Kelly and I are talking physical therapy, but today we are talking First Mark Insurance. You made the call to First Mark. You took the challenge. Why?
Brock, I was looking for a local agency that I could align with similar values, and they've helped us here at IRG. They shop different plans. They find the best plan for you, the best price, the best coverage, great customer service, and great connectivity.
Did they save you any money along the way?
Absolutely, they saved us money. Obviously, here at IRG, I have several needs in the insurance industry, and they look at those needs A to Z, and they find out what kind of coverage you need, what is the best coverage, at what cost, and they're always looking to save money. And again, it's all about providing my company, IRG, great customer service.
Well, Shannon and IRG, they took the challenge. Molly and I, we took the challenge. Are you confident that your business is getting the very best when it comes to your insurance needs? If not, take the First Mark Challenge today, and it's totally free. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com, your teammate that goes to work for you. Firstmarkinsurance.com.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that, cools up to 8 times faster, and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Super Bowl champions yet again.
We got the best fans in the world, 12s. Look how many 12s are in this stadium right now.
Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald there hoisting the Lombardi Trophy at Levi Stadium after a dominant win over the New England Patriots. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey was there.
You can bet 12s all over the world are celebrating. You are world champs again.
We are one team, and for the fans to be a part of that team and to bring home this championship, words can't explain it. It's amazing.
It's amazing. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience that I'll maybe get to experience again.
In Santa Clara, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Well, 12s in Seattle can revel in all the Super Bowl glory this Wednesday. That's when the team is hosting its victory parade. Police Captain Mark Garth Green says 4th Avenue will shut down that day starting at 6:30 a.m.
We need that so we can deploy our fencing, deploy our barriers, and get everybody safely on the route to watch the parade.
Trophy ceremony for the Hawks starts at 10 a.m. at Lumen Field. When it's over, the parade will go from there to Seattle Center along 4th Avenue. Seattle Sonics fans, you may soon learn if the NBA is coming back to the city. Reports now say the NBA Board of Governors could vote on league expansion this summer, with Seattle as one of the front runners. The news comes after last week's virtual meeting between NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and Washington Governor Bob Ferguson. The governor's office confirms that conversation was about bringing the Sonics back. A sewer overflow on North Mercer Island is now contained. Details from KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
King County and the city of Mercer Island tell KIRO 7 you should avoid contact with nearby water through February 15th. The overflow started Saturday night. Crews had it stopped and contained by around 1:15 Sunday morning. An initial investigation found that a temporary bypass system collapsed near the intersection of Fortuna Drive and North Mercer Way. The collapse caused wastewater to back up and overflow from a maintenance hole. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Turning now to the real-time traffic desk at 3:32. We check in with Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, the KIRO News Radio app brings us our update. Let's start you in Seattle. North 5, we have scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal Bridge with a nice clear spot through the downtown core. Plan on about 20-25 minutes tops through downtown Seattle. Once you clear the Ship Canal Bridge, you're all clear all the way into Linwood, where there's just minor slowing starting at that interchange. Seattle to Linwood's going to take you a half hour. Bellevue to Linwood, under 25 minutes. The drive through Everett right now is all clear in both directions of I-5. South 5 slow into Seattle, starting at the Ship Canal Bridge in the downtown. Southbound 405 scattered backups, starting near Southeast 8th now in Bellevue, down to the VMAC. All added up, Bellevue to Renton, right around 20 minutes. Our lake bridges look great. Westbound 520 does jam up at Montlake Boulevard because of Revive I-5. Everywhere else is looking really good with very thin backups this afternoon. Text app to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Some light showers on the Olympic Peninsula and also in the South Sound. Otherwise, looking at partly cloudy skies and dry weather up until Friday of this week. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Home Cover Lines is back. Oh my God. Thank you, Home Comfort Lines, when it comes to heating and cooling and plumbing and electric. Oh, good to have them back. I just feel better. I just feel comfortable. HomeComfortAlliance.com. Thank you, guys. And again, I owe you a call. We got to get a generator in there. So we'll see. Maybe Home Comfort Alliance, heating, cooling, plumbing, electric, and generators. I'll add that in there next. All right, this day in history, I believe. There's that music. The scratchy old record we put on. William Henry Harrison is born in 1773. God love him. God love him. A presidential election decided the House of Representatives in 1825. Complicated, but not that interesting. Daylight savings time is instituted in 1942. People still mad about that. Although I think they're getting rid of it. I think that it's going away. Isn't it?
Yeah,
state by state.
I can never tell.
I know.
There's like, it has to cross a certain threshold or something.
I think the state of Washington is going to get rid of it, a certain vote, and then the rest of the United States. It is so annoying. My New Year's resolution a couple of years ago was not to adhere to it.
I mean, you have a difficult job.
Then I'm an hour late.
You're just doing
Just always an hour late.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm holding the line on that one. Senator McCarthy says communists are in the State Department in 1950. America sees the Beatles for the first time on the Ed Sullivan Show in 1964. I know somebody who went to that.
It would actually, I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on daylight saving. It'd be funny if that's the reason why the last hour of the show sounds so familiar, is that you were
No, I just have
sticking to
what happens is I remember word for word what I said.
Of course,
And there's don't bother changing. I'm going to just do the whole thing word for word. Because the transcript, we have a little, like in court, you got the stenographer. We have the same thing here.
Yeah.
She just reads everything back to me. So that's why the show sounds so familiar from 6 to 7. And then it didn't even make your list, Jacob.
I'm sorry.
Shame on you.
I know.
If you ever see an iPhone advertised, any advertising, it always has up on it 9:41 a.m. Do you know why? Because that was the exact time that Steve Jobs went on stage and announced the iPhone the first time. Here it comes.
Today, we're introducing
at 9:41 a.m.
3 revolutionary products of this class. The first one.
They didn't seem very excited about it. They didn't realize they're going with them.
Is a widescreen iPod with touch controls.
At the iPod. Microsoft's, quick, build the Zoom. Do you know, Cisco owned the term iPhone, so Apple had to buy the rights from Cisco in order to do that, because if not, the lawsuits started flying. Okay.
The second is a revolutionary mobile phone.
That's what they're waiting for. It's the phone. Steve Jobs was the first one to use the phone. It was a prank phone call where he ordered 4,000 lattes from Starbucks.
Oh, that's the first use of it.
That was Steve Jobs did that.
Okay.
Crowd loved it. Still applauding that.
And the third is a breakthrough internet communications device.
I'm not so sure about that one.
So, 3 things. A widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone.
And we're going to change the little charging piece down at the bottom, so every couple of years you have to buy another one for $50.
And a breakthrough internet communications device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it?
There you go. By the way, when you signed up for it, there's a little clause. I guess you just read initial. Nobody read it. It was a hidden clause saying that you agreed to use the Apple product, but would not create any nuclear weapons with it.
That's a good policy.
Yeah, it goes to show you. Nobody has.
Yeah, we all read that terms of service.
Like, along with that one.
Not disobey.
Yeah. Steve Ballmer over at Microsoft had this to say about the iPhone.
$500 fully subsidized with a plan? I said, that is the most expensive phone in the world, and it doesn't appeal to business customers because it doesn't have a keyboard, which makes it not a very good email machine.
There you go. Okay. The most expensive iPod ever sold was an original iPod, not taken out of the box. I guess it was given to somebody's grandmother who didn't know how to use it. Well, I don't know how to use that. So it stayed in the box the whole time, or somebody never picked it up. It was a 2007 4 gigabyte. It sold at an auction for $190,000. And there you go. Now you know the history of the iPhone. Anything else? Oh, by the way, the first secret Super Bowl debut, the iPhone's first major advertisement aired 2007 Super Bowl. It featured a montage of actors from classic films picking up a phone and saying hello. The ad didn't even show the iPhone itself until the very last frame, only teasing its arrival. The subtle strategy built mystery and anticipation, ensuring the product had cultural impact even before it was released. There we go.
When did you get an iPhone? Do you remember?
I love my BlackBerry, and Daryl, my photographer at EV Magazine, had it. I used to make fun of it all the time, and finally I just broke down. I don't remember what year it was, but just keep going with them. And then you take it into the store to get another one, and the guy's like, "You want full plan? This, that?" We moved, and it's like $2 a month.
Yeah,
and
so
you're like, and it's like 6 hours later, you're just like, "Let me get out of here." Another guy in a polo shirt. Are you being helped? I need some water, food, something, my plan. And then they do, guy's like, okay, what's your password? I was like, I don't know. Okay, do you know your iPhone password? No.
Oh, you're describing now?
Yeah, now.
Yeah, they don't want you there at all. It's like, why aren't you just doing this online?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know your password? No, I don't. Okay, do you know your code to get in? No, I don't remember any of that. Because it's going to be a lot harder than I thought. And then the guy disappears for like 3 hours. Yeah. Oh, my God. So my phone, I could never let it fall. And take precious care of it because the thought of having to get another one and going back in there again. I'm going to wheel in there with an IV bag and a 1,200 cc's lactate ringer or something because I have to be in there for a very long time.
You're just shedding glass shards everywhere you go.
Don't make me buy another phone.
I didn't realize that's
Please
why you
don't make me buy another
have
phone.
those ancient phones.
Yes, that's right. You're like, can you read through the scratches? All right, so we will talk about the Super Bowl ads. The Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 1-888-973-5476. Let's just do a quick poll. Favorite ad, if you can remember any of them. And what was the worst one? There's your two questions if you want to do that. And you YouTubers out there talking amongst yourselves, you worst ad or best ad on there. I like the fact I was watching and it was a local commercial came up for some little tiny TV station over in Yakima. And wow, do they pay $10 million for that? And then fire everybody. All right, there's nobody to watch. All right, when is the best time to text right after a date? That, according to Psychological Today, and we'll have to ask Jacob or anybody else that's single because is anybody, you eunuchs in there ever been on a date?
Andrew's pointing at other people, but I happen to think he might have something to say on this as well.
Good. That'll be good. All right, here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
All right, this one brought to us by Seattle Sports. It is Monday light. A commute this afternoon. The heaviest congestion right here through downtown Seattle. North 5 scattered backups from the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal. 20 minutes to get through downtown Seattle. Westbound 520, you're bumper to bumper at Montlake Boulevard. None of these are surprising for this time of day. Once you clear the Ship Canal, North 5, you're all clear. Bellevue to Linwood, under 25 minutes, and it's just got minor slowing between Kirkland and Totem Lake. South 5, brief slowing from the Ship Canal Bridge to about I-90, Linwood to Seattle, 15 minutes. South 405, scattered backup starting in South Bellevue down to the Renton Landing, but nothing real heavy here except right through Factoria. Bellevue to Renton is 20 to 25 minutes tops. The Mukilteo Terminal has a 1-hour wait for drivers. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO Newsradio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, attention, Washington landlords. You might have noticed things are changing rapidly. New rental laws, new rules, higher costs, a lot less flexibility than before. John Curley here. For you landlords, I want to talk to you about whether or not the numbers all make sense. The rent, the mortgage, property value, all of that stuff. Do they add up? Taxes and vacancies, repairs, your time. Does it make sense for you? Is this going to be your exit? What's the best way to do something like this? Madrona Financial and CPAs are hosting 2 free in-person workshops for landlords that want clarity. You get a chance to have the true performance of your rental assessed, whether it's selling makes sense or how to do it, and make sure that you have it done with great tax efficiency. So there's no politics, there's no pressure. It's just real math and real expectations. It's live, in person. It is not a webinar. It's going to be on Tuesday, the 17th at 3 p.m., UW, Tacoma. on Wednesday, the 18th at Bellevue College. Now, seats are going to be limited for this. You want to reserve your spot at 833-673-7373, 833-673-7373, or visit madronafinancial.com, madronafinancial.com.
It's why we bake in the sun out on the berm every summer at training camp. It's why we scream till it hurts. Come fall and winter.
Listen to the 12th man.
It's why we're 12s.
And the party begins. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
Soak it in.
They lived up to the dark side today. It's going to go down in the history books.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here. And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms. Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years.
That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives.
We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day.
And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us. Clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations.
So next time you're at the grocery store,
skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them.
Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Fred Meyer, QFC, or Amazon Fresh. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
If your home is 20 years old or more, it might be time to have your roof checked. Your roof is your home's first line of defense, and at Guardian, we help it last as long as possible. That's why every new install comes protected with a full year of free maintenance on us. Visit us at guardianroofing.com.
For nearly 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me. John Curley here. Save up to $2,000 on a new Lennox heating and cooling system. Schedule your free consultation at homecomfortalliance.com. Call the comfort people at Home Comfort Alliance.
If you've been sitting in traffic long enough to finish a podcast and question your life choices, it's time to flip your trip. Ride transit, find a park and ride, or roll past stress on a bike or scooter. Free yourself from traffic jams at flipyourtrip.org.
They may write in to say their worst or best commercial. I thought the Pringles one was pretty good. I watched that this morning. So you don't have to sit through them all.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to go to the bathroom at some point.
Not me.
Okay. Even with all the chili you ate, I'm impressed.
Yeah, our friends invited us over for the party. I hadn't eaten anything like in 48 hours because I was on so many planes. And I was like, I got there. And, I guess if you don't eat anything, for like your digestive tract kind of shrinks a little bit.
Okay.
So I noticed I hadn't eaten anything, and then all of a sudden I was in front of this homemade chili that they made, and I ate like 4 bowls of it, and then I realized that there's nothing else for anybody else.
Yeah, that was really more
chips over there.
of a group dish that you've taken on as for you individually.
It's just in a chili eating contest. I came in first. Right. Again, I admitted at the very beginning of the show, I didn't watch the whole game, and I really feel like, I don't know, like a communist at this point or something like that, because everybody else watched. Nate, did you watch the whole game?
Yes, sir.
Whole thing. Didn't miss a thing.
No,
never gave up on it. Didn't think this is really boring.
No, never. Because we were just whooping booty so much, I was loving every
You like to watch whooping booty,
yes,
do you?
I like to watch it a lot.
Does anybody want to follow any of that?
Well, I was gonna try to find this.
3, 2, yes!
It's my son.
Responding to the whipping booty.
As he did. And then did you curse? You cut out the cursing, didn't you?
I had to bleep some stuff. He got a little excited.
Yeah, as he was yelling at the different players to get off the field.
I didn't see that coming. His like animus for the other team.
It's different players at different times because he knows what they've said. He knows where they've come from, and he knows the kind of crap out on the Seahawks and stuff. So Rye's going to join us. I realize that the word fan, right, from fanatical or is you go to the place where you sort of lose all common sense, right? Like the guy that ran out on the field and decided he'd be funny to have his hairy back would have a website carved into the hairy back. So while that guy was getting tackled, somebody else ran out on the field, but wasn't fully naked. They just jumped out onto the field. So a real fan experience is to get out there on the field and get tackled. I like the guy that's running around with the hairy back with the website carved into the back of it. He decided he would sort of do a quarterback slide as opposed to getting like completely tackled. So he just bends one knee.
I don't know if the security guards are beholden to the rules of a football game.
No.
If you slide, you think they don't tackle you.
The flag's out. That's every reference on the fan with the hairy back. No, I think he just said, get lower because it'd be better than taken out, right? Somebody just take you off the top. So he slides in and bends one knee, and then so many guys were jumping on him. That was the other thing. It was like unnecessary. They're like 6, 7, 8 guys. He doesn't have a gun or anything. He's out of breath laying there on the tarp, but everybody wants to get in. It's like the time my brother and I worked at Mann Music Center as security guards because all we wanted to do was see James Taylor in concert, so we got a job working security. And there was a fight that broke out, and they wanted us down there to like help break up the fight. I'm like, I am not going to break up the fight. I had the yellow windbreaker and a walkie-talkie.
You're getting paid minimum wage.
I'm not going to get like an elbow in the eye.
Putting your life
no
in
way.
line.
I just want to see James Taylor. But I remember when they were taking the guy away with this other guy that'd been there for years, like, I'm going to get a shot in on the guy as they pull him away. And he ended up like punching the guy in the elbow, and he hurt his knuckles when he hit the guy's elbow bone. That shows to show you.
Yeah.
Huh? Don't take those cheap shots. All right. Rye will come by. We'll play the entire cut. It's 2 minutes and 25 seconds. If you are a fan out of your mind, this is what it would sound like. We'll play it for you in just a little bit. But first, here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Not much going on out there. Light volumes across the region. North 5, we do have scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal Bridge with a big old clear spot through the downtown core. About 25 minutes to clear downtown. Westbound 520, you're going to jam up at Mountain Lake Boulevard because of our Revive I-5 backup. Now, South 5 looks great, just off and on backups from the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90. That's it. Really more clear spots than backups here. Linwood to Seattle, just 15 minutes. South 405 slows from Southeast 8th and Bellevue down to the Renton Landing. You're thick through Factoria. Bellevue to Renton, plan on 25 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way, 25 minutes. That's 10 minutes faster than usual. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, we're up to 40. And Tacoma to Olympia, also a 40-minute commute. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, let's get organized in the house. When you get organized, the stress level goes down. I can tell you this from personal experience. When Closets by Design came out to the barn probably 5-6 months ago and sat with Nicole and came up with plans from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock, boy, they customized like you wouldn't believe. Stuff that we hadn't even thought about. She, the nice lady from Closets by Design, said, why don't you take a look at the laundry room? Why don't we build a cabinet for there? And we'll make sure the wood matches the wood around the door jamb. I said, wow, that is really customized. And she said, and we'll do an entire wall in the garage you'll love, and everything will have a place. Same thing in the master bedroom and the other bedrooms. Everything got organized. Everything got the Closets by Design style. Here's what I love about Closets by Design. If you're thinking about closets, first one pops up on Google, skip it. Go right to Closets by Design. They're locally owned. They've been around for 22 years. They're family-run business, and they try to source all of their parts right here in the Pacific Northwest. 40% off? Sure. And 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation, all for you. 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's Closets by Design.
Hi, I'm Charlie Harder.
And I'm Matt DeFactor.
Your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks are back in town getting ready for a victory parade.
Trump allies offer access to the president for $1 million donations to America's birthday group.
New York Times investigative reporter David Farenfold explains.
And how to fund DHS. News Nation's Leland Vitter joins us as another deadline looms.
Join us tomorrow 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
On the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
G and Ursula on KIRO News Radio.
You're not going to be able to stop what's going to happen.
I hope he's successful.
9 to noon, streaming live on your smart speaker.
Remember that time we were driving through France and for some reason we didn't have GPS?
Oh, for some reason? That reason would be that you didn't plug your phone in because you didn't have a charger.
Yeah, because I let you borrow my phone so you could call your mother, and you're on the phone for like 30 minutes telling her where we are. But that aside, we didn't know where we were going. We did fight a little bit because we didn't know where we were going. I think that Longevity Medical Clinic is like the GPS for us. They tell us which turns to make. They tell us which directions to go, right?
They do. And now I feel like the two of us together have a clear path and we have more control over our own health care.
Right, exactly. So you don't have to get out of the car and try to find information somewhere. It's all right there. As you're aging, all the little sort of turns you have to make in order to be able to have lots of energy and to enjoy your life. So for as far as I'm concerned, Longevity Medical Clinic is our GPS. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo.
Your best source for local news.
Newly released police video shows the arrest of a 17-year-old.
KIRO Newsradio.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File today the easy way in the Credit Karma app.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Today, show host Savannah Guthrie on social media today made another appeal to the public to help find her mother. There was no mention of a ransom or a deadline. Wendy Gillette reports.
We are at an hour of desperation.
Anchor Savannah Guthrie looked stressed and held back tears as she spoke about her family's struggle more than a week after her 84-year-old mother, Nancy, disappeared.
We believe our mom is still out there.
Guthrie asked for help, saying anything that seems
and we don't know where.
A $50,000 reward is being offered for information. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Former Jeffrey Epstein confidant Ghislaine Maxwell refused to answer questions today from the House Oversight Committee. She invoked her Fifth Amendment rights. Committee Chairman James Comer.
She's asked for clemency from the president. So I personally don't think she should be granted any type of immunity or clemency.
Her lawyer indicated she would be willing to testify if President Trump ended her prison sentence. At the Justice Department, lawmakers got a look at unredacted Epstein files. There is a closely watched social media trial getting underway in Los Angeles over whether sites like Instagram and Facebook were designed to addict children. Legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
One lawyer told the jury during opening arguments that Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube were akin to the addictions that take place in a casino with slot machines, except that on social media, you swipe left or leave a like. This is the first of hundreds of cases against social media companies that will follow. The legal theories are the same. Social media is like big tobacco with algorithms working like nicotine.
Another trial in New Mexico is focusing on whether Meta misrepresented the safety of its platforms when it comes to the dangers of child sexual exploitation. Stacey Lynn reports Cuba is warning airlines it's running out of jet fuel.
Starting Tuesday, major airports won't have fuel, forcing some carriers to add extra stops or cancel flights. Airlines like Air Canada are already adjusting schedules. The shortage comes as U.S. sanctions and pressure tighten Cuba's access to oil imports. Officials say it could last at least a month.
Air Canada says it will fly empty planes to Cuba to bring back 3,000 customers that it flew there. The U.S. military says it boarded a sanctioned oil tanker in the Indian Ocean that it had tracked from the Caribbean. One tracking site says the tanker departed Venezuela last month after U.S. forces captured Nicolas Maduro. On Wall Street, stocks finished higher. This is CBS News.
Real crimes, real justice. Follow and listen to 48 Hours on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Getting you ready for a Super Bowl victory parade. But first, we check in with Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. This report brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance here in Seattle. North 5, scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal Bridge. Got a nice big clear patch right through the downtown core. All added up about 25 minutes through downtown Seattle. And then this backup has westbound 520 bumper to bumper at Montlake Boulevard. South 5 looking good. Just a brief slowing from the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90. It's 15 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. Bellevue to Linwood, 25 minutes with building volumes through Kirkland and Totem Lake. Seattle to Linwood, about 25 minutes as well. South 405, we're pretty thick now at Southeast 8th and Bellevue through Factoria, and then you'll thin out, but it remains crowded down into Renton. Bellevue to Renton, plan on 25 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way is just 25 minutes. That's 10 minutes faster than usual. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway is at 40. The north end is pretty clear. The south end gets heavy from Algona into Puyallup. And Tacoma to Olympia, a 40-minute commute. For nearly 50 years, 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance. Right now, save up to $2,000 on new heating and cooling systems. Call the comfort people, homecomfortalliance.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The Lombardi Trophy headed back to Seattle.
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
And it was a dominant win over the New England Patriots, 29-13, the final score. Kenneth Walker III was named MVP. KIRO 7 TV's Gary Horker caught up with him today.
You look remarkably well rested for last night's partying and all that stuff. Did you get some sleep last night?
Nah, I haven't slept at all, actually. I didn't party, though. I just went to my room, chilled with my family, but I just stayed up. You know, this moment was big for me and still surreal.
Coach McDonald also said he didn't sleep, not just because of all the excitement and the adrenaline, but because he said his 14-month-old son, Jack, was squawking all night and kept him awake in his hotel room.
Well, now a victory parade awaits Mike McDonald and the Hawks this Wednesday. The city expects up to 1 million 12s to show up. You can also expect plenty of law enforcement. King County Sheriff's Deputy Jace Hoke tells KIRO 7 TV.
It's going to be obviously alcohol consumed. We ask you to have a plan. And don't get in a vehicle if you've been drinking.
Now, that parade will shut down about a 2-mile stretch of 4th Avenue near Lumen Field to Seattle Center. Trophy celebration at Lumen Field starts at 10 a.m. Anti-tax activist Tim Eyman was tossed today from a state Senate committee hearing. It happened just after the Senate Ways and Means Committee approved that bill to create the so-called millionaire's tax.
Stand up in peaceful protest. I dissent to what the Democrats are doing.
Please.
It's wrong. I'm peacefully.
Will you please leave the security? Will you please escort Mr. Eyman out?
That was Committee Chair June Robinson there. The millionaire tax bill now moves to the Senate Rules Committee. Team USA's first gold medal in the 2026 Winter Olympics comes courtesy of a Western Washington University alum. 30-year-old Breezy Johnson took home gold in the women's downhill events. Her next chance at a medal comes this Thursday morning in the Super G events. Now to your weather updates. We are seeing partly cloudy skies tonight, some scattered showers, mainly in the South Sound at this hour. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
3, 2, 1. The Seahawks. They're bringing it home again for the second time in less than 12 years. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60. They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest, and the party begins.
Here we go. Diving into the party begins. We rise, walk on, or just go right to them?
Oh, shoot.
We know, we don't have... Right, Roller.
Yeah.
How have you recovered from yesterday's win? Are you all right?
All good. Yeah. All good.
Before I play this, do you want to set this thing up? It says Rye reacts to the final seconds.
Oh, God. Well, I sound crazy. I sound like I need to be like I don't know. I just was really emotional last night, and really happy, and that's I think what you hear in this. And also angry, like really mad at the Patriots.
That's what I was angry. It's not anger. I guess as I try to explain it, you don't look at it like one game. It's not the season. It's not the year. It's the entirety of 10 years of your life. That's the way you explained it to me.
It's a whole body of work, and there's so much suffering, and there's so much like shortcomings and failure, and like it I don't know, it all culminates in this very special moment. And I was like, the big thing yesterday was just like, this is what sports are all about. I always ask myself, I feel like once a year or 10 times a year with the Seahawks and the Mariners, like, why do I do this? Why do I care? Because I'm completely invested. I'm all in on this team, and all this does is just hurt every year. And it's pain. Why do I care?
So
it's like last night is
right.
why.
This is all the joy. So the pain combined with the pleasure, and the pain, you're going to hear it. Are you ready?
This is embarrassing.
No, don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. Let me tell you something. This is how fans feel, but I've never seen a fan actually do the lowlights of a career over 10 years in extemporaneously. Here we go. You ready, Andrew? Ready? Here we go.
Here we go, man. They did it. They did it.
Look at Ryan.
All those years. Blair Walsh, Jermaine Ifedi, losing to the Bears in Week 2 in 2018, losing to the Raiders in Week 8 in 2022. Coming up short
Random
against
games.
the Niners time and time again. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yes! Yes!
How are your neighbors doing?
Yes!
Look at
They did it! They did it!
Trying to have a personal moment with my dad.
Get him out of here!
We took the curses out.
They did it, Mac! You did it, Mac! Blue and green confetti will rain! They do it! They won it! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, you suck! You suck! You always sucked!
Who were you yelling at that point? It was who appeared on your television screen? Who might have been able to hear you? Who was that? Do you remember?
Stephon Diggs.
Okay, next. I think somebody else gets a little of that.
Get off the field!
This is so embarrassing.
Yes! Yes! 29-23. I gotta hear about
the score. The score.
4.5 point spread. It was never gonna be close. Never. Never. They didn't belong on the field with us.
No.
Yes.
No. Don't hang your head.
It was not 29-23.
I know. You were excited about other things.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing.
Why? Rye. There's nothing. This is what it is to be a fan.
That was me, John. Sorry,
Yeah.
I had to turn it around.
I know you did. You flipped it around.
Yep.
It was a drop.
Yeah. Andrew fixed it for you. Yeah. Listen, and when you think about it, like you, I see why you never want to sit and watch a game with anybody.
Yeah.
Right, because they would.
That's just like raw emotion, very like childish behavior. I don't know. You saw me at the Seahawks at the Rams game. I was like kind of crazed as well.
Right, I know. There's fans like this. You don't apologize for it. I mean, so now do you feel like, okay, now I can relax? Or is it now you're looking at the next season like, oh my God, here we go again?
I'm just doing big time verbal victory laps around the internet right now. Any argument or debate that I've gotten into over the past 7 years is being circled back to now that I have the ammo. And then all the talking heads that I hate watch throughout the year who are always stupid and wrong and just are able to backdoor their way out of being wrong by giving themselves excuses down the line. and hedging their bets. I'm going to all those people, watching all of that today. I spent most of the day just watching football media and just hearing them have to say good things about the Seahawks for once, and it's amazing.
So you're saying you're going back over some people that have been texting or different websites or, different Instagram accounts and things like that, and just making sure the record is...
I spent like an hour last night to 9 o'clock finding some guy that I had a class once in college who was a Patriots fan. And I didn't have his number, and I didn't have his name. Like, all I had was his name. And we didn't really have much of a relationship. All I knew is that he was a Patriots fan. And I spent an hour last night trying to find him and then yell at him. And I did. I found him.
Did he respond? Has he engaged with you?
He did. He did engage.
And by the way, revenge is a dish best served cold. Do you know about that? You ever heard that? Yes, right. Well, I guess it runs in the blood because when the 76ers lost to the Houston Rockets, and my brother and I were sitting there just devastated, and I called 411, which is what you used to be able to call. It was information. Information, how can I help you? I need the area code for Houston. She gives me the area code, and I kept dialing 7 numbers at random with the area code. And finally, some nice lady picks up the phone. Hello? I said, yeah, hey, did you just watch the Sixers Rockets? I did. Did you watch them too? How about our Rockets? And I went, whoa! I just screamed into the phone so poorly. Are you okay? No! And my brother goes, let me do it now. So he's dialing there, people picking up. Did you watch the Rockets, Sixers? Yeah, I did. How about them Rockets? Where'd it go? And Charlie just screaming at the person on the other end of the phone. So I guess it's genetic. What can you say? But why do you feel the need to? Yeah, I know we lost. But why do you feel the need to set the record straight? Is it because do you really feel like that the East Coast just ignores the Seahawks, and most major talking heads just sort of think of them as, well, it's that team up there with all the igloos?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's kind of the evergreen thing with the Seahawks, regardless of what their roster is or regardless of what their team is like. So, yeah, you're always going to get a little shade. I don't know. Half the year I had to listen to them mispronounce our head coach's name. They were calling him Mike McDaniel, which is a different guy. And then, the stuff about Sam Darnold, just all year having to put up with Sam Darnold, blasphemy, people coming at him and just waiting for him to turn into a bad quarterback. Although what has he shown over the past 12, 24 months is other than being a great quarterback. But just all the disrespect there, the disrespect to certain, like when we drafted Witherspoon over Jalen Carter, like we had to put up a lot of crap on that. And it's just good as a fan. It's great to see it win and enjoy it in sort of the personal, like one-on-one happy, but also big part of this is that you got to get out and do you have now bragging rights. So go out and brag
and smush it in their faces.
Yes.
By the way,
I was so angry last night.
Your cousin will not come on.
And that I understand. I understand that. Look at that. Look at what they did last night. They are who we thought they were. That was terrible. That was maybe one of the worst teams to ever make the Super Bowl. And all this talk that they had to deny, and they had all their little elevator and 60-second quips. If you came at them with schedule talk, well, they were going to turn it around, and they had everything rehearsed, all these pre-prepared bits that they were ready to deploy on you if you dare say that the Patriots played an easy schedule. Patriots go out, they look exactly like the team we thought they were going to look like, completely unprepared, a roster, they backed their way in, and it looked like this was the first time they had to play real football all year. And I don't blame Will for not wanting to engage today.
Right? Yeah, he said, please.
Because he was coming out going, oh, well, the voodoo.
Right.
And trying to paint the Rudy story, and it just wasn't never going to happen.
Well, I remember when Rye told me on Thursday when I talked to you, said, keep your eye on Will Campbell. You might remember Will Campbell when he got drafted. Rye said, he is a horrible lineman. Here he is being drafted.
To be able to get my name called by a franchise like New England, it means everything to me.
And here he starts to cry. Ready? And then.
We can feel that. We absolutely can feel that, Will. You are brought to New England to protect Drake May. What kind of tone are you going to set on this offensive line?
I'm going to fight and die to protect them with everything I got.
And he did.
Yes, he did. Will Campbell died yesterday on the field.
Couple times. 14 pressures allowed, the most by any offensive lineman all season long in an individual game. Also, same guy in college at LSU. Well, if I give up a sack a game, I'm working at Amazon. That's just the fact.
I've got that.
Really?
We can listen to Rye's very good impression, or I do have that cut as well. Actually,
We don't need to pick on him, but it just goes to show you.
Pick on him, yes.
All right, here it is. What, really? You got to rub his nose in it too, Rye?
Well, he's the guilty party.
Okay, here he is. I guess he's working at Amazon.
well, this is what he said when he was in college.
All they got to do is get to the quarterback. One thing we live by in the O-line room, a D lineman get 1 sack a game, and that's the only thing he can do. 12 games, he'll be a top 5 pick. You give up 1 sack a game for 12 games, you're going to work at Amazon.
Well, get that application ready. You are gone, my friend.
Two things.
Amazing. Uchenna Nwosu, who is like not an incredible NFL player, to just watch him put his head down and drive through the face of Will Campbell yesterday, just blowing him back. The guy just could not get his hooks in. He could not get any leverage. He was just getting driven into the lap of Drake May. It's just funny.
Good father, go home. Hang out with your kids.
Nice guy.
I don't care. Yeah.
Go home and play with your kids.
I don't
want
want
to work here, block. I couldn't.
I don't want to belabor your mortification, Rye, but one thing I do want to highlight, because I don't know that listeners necessarily would realize this, but in the video we played earlier, you are by yourself.
Yes, can you explain that? One last thing.
Yeah.
I'll let you go right after that. So there's a photo that went up on the Instagram page of the John Curley Show. They just showed the box. They didn't show you in the box. That was 2014. You can't watch NFL football with other people. And you intentionally just stay because you can't stand people going, oh, why did they just run into the pile?
Well, it's mostly, I don't do it because I'm like some snob that I'm such an elevated football brain. I need to be alone. It's that person that you hear in that video comes out regardless of whether I'm alone or whether I'm with someone. So I've gotten into really bad situations where I am like screaming and attacking people over the course of football, especially at Cowboys 2023. We lost on Thursday Night Football, high scoring game. And I screamed it. I like almost swung at somebody because they, wanted to be funny and had something funny to say late in that game after the Seahawks had lost. So I don't want to get myself into trouble. And if you get invited over somewhere, it's like, it would be really awkward if that guy came out in a room full of people. I'm screaming.
For the safety of others.
Yeah, it's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde werewolf sort of thing. Well, you did get into a fist fight in Florida, didn't you?
Not in Florida, no.
Where was that you were with Mom and I thought something broke out in the stands.
Oh, yes. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Los Angeles Rams.
Yes.
Oh, this is
20.
Do you even care about those teams?
We were at the game,
Uh-huh.
and my mom was there, who was asking questions of the fans around us, and they were just getting annoyed by the end of the game. She was asking like, "What's going on? What was that?" Because there was a long and confusing play call, or not play call, official's decision. So she asked the group in front of us, "What is that about?" But it was late in the fourth quarter, and it was the NFC divisional round. These people they weren't in an explaining, making friends mode. So they turned around and a scrum ensued between our party and theirs. Physically a scrum. It was awful.
So, Lace, his mom, my wife at the time, they got into a fight with the people in front of them.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, because this is...
Here we go, man. They did it.
Stop.
I won't do it. I won't play it again.
Play that as much as you want.
No, I'm not. I'm done. Right. It will never be a drop. It's never part of the show.
29-13, by the way, final score. I say 29-23.
You're correct. Yes.
By the way, what was your prediction for the final score?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
38-13.
Can I ask
something? I think we really, that 29-13 doesn't begin to tell the story of how much of a blowout that was.
Okay,
one final question, right? Clint Kubiak going to the Raiders. does it? I know you're not in the headspace. You're enjoying your bragging rights, but is there any concerns you have for next year? How difficult it is going to be to replace him?
I think a good offensive coordinator, if you have good structure above and below him, can sort of be a dime a dozen, and you can sort of just replace. Now, it's the cost of doing business with Kubiak. If you hire an offensive coordinator and he does a good job, which is what you want him to do, he will leave and get poached by another team. It's funny. It's the Raiders again. Like, when are they going to come up with their own idea and hire their own guy? But it could be something. It'll be something certainly to monitor who they're going to hire. You're probably not going to be what was lucky with Kubiak, we were able to hire him. He was already an OC in the NFL. We're probably going to have to hire someone who was less than an OC, some sort of pass or run game coordinator at some other team. So interesting story for next year. But yes, right now we're not at all worried about that.
Okay, good.
We did.
And if you want to find some good players, head down to Amazon. All right, Rye Roller, I love you. Enjoy your victory, and I'll let you spend more time tracking people down that slighted you 12 years ago.
Yes. If anyone knows a Patriots fan, give me their number. I'll go after them.
Thanks, Rye. Love. There he goes out the door.
Love.
All right, Nate, checking traffic. Nathan.
This one brought to us by Simply Seattle. Light volumes this afternoon. North 5 through Seattle, one of our bigger backups, and they're scattered from the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal Bridge. About 25 minutes to make it through downtown Seattle. South 5, you're going to slow from the U District to I-90. Nothing heavy here. Linwood to Seattle, about 20 minutes. Bellevue to Linwood and Seattle to Linwood are both at 25 minutes. Both lake bridges are clear. Westbound 520 eventually jams up at Montlake Boulevard. South 405, it is heavy from Southeast 8th and Bellevue through Factoria. Bellevue to Renton, though, just under a half hour. Seattle to Federal Way, just 25 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia has already improved. We're down to a 35-minute commute. All that's really slowing you down is this brief 2-mile, pretty thick backup near the JBLM main gate. Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear with both licensed and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats, and collectibles. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order at simplyseattle.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Soak it in, Seattle.
3, 2, 1. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60. They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Congratulations to your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
We got the best team. 12 is 1. We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other. And now we're world champions.
And this is where the champs play. The home of the Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
If your home is 20 years old or more, it might be time to have your roof inspected. Your roof is your home's first line of defense, and at Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we'll help it last as long as possible. Our trained and licensed crew will evaluate your roof, repairing when we can, and offering replacement options only when necessary. Plus, every new install comes protected with a full year of free maintenance on us. Visit GuardianRoofing.com today.
It's cold outside, and if you're noticing it's taking forever to heat your home, there are cold spots in certain rooms, your furnace turns off and on a lot, or it never stops, or maybe your energy bill is just way too high. These are all warning signs that your home needs a blanket. There may be something wrong with your insulation, which means not only are you uncomfortable in your own home, but you could be wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in lost energy. Call Insulation Northwest today. and we'll send one of our professionals to give you a fast, free energy inspection to determine if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fix it fast. Most jobs are completed in one day. You have nothing to lose. The inspection is free and only takes about an hour and could save you thousands. Keep the heat in, the cold out, and your energy bill low. Call Insulation Northwest today. Insulation Northwest, the real insulation company.
Please ask if you qualify for thousands of dollars of free rebates from your energy company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. There is one real estate agent who's been helping KIRO listeners longer than anyone else, and that's Wes Jones with sellwithwes.com. Wes, you've helped KIRO listeners in good markets and more difficult ones. What do you think has been the secret to your success?
Thanks, Brandy. Experience has taught us that to outperform the market, we needed to do things differently from the status quo, that we needed to do more. Our exclusive system covers innovative marketing locally and internationally, leading to more eyeballs on your home, better listing prep for better showings, negotiation strategies that eliminate pesky buyer contingencies, and generate stronger offers. Through our exclusive client programs, our sellers enjoy an extraordinary marketing experience utilizing techniques a traditional agent cannot offer.
So if you want to sell your home faster, at a higher price, and with fewer contingencies, if you want more, visit sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com, a better way to sell your home.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The Seahawks back on top as Super Bowl champions.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest, and the party begins.
Hawks took down New England in dominant fashion. Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, that's the best team we faced, obviously, this year.
His team was held scoreless through 3 quarters before finding the end zone twice in the fourth. Too little, too late. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey was at that game.
A moment nobody here will ever forget. A win for the Hawks, but really for the Pacific Northwest and the 12s.
It's so exciting.
It's just like amazing feeling to be out here. It's been 12 years. It's been a minute, especially against the team that beat us last time.
We're so stoked. The 12s here tell me this win means more to them than any fan anywhere will know. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Now a big crowd is expected for Wednesday's Super Bowl parade in downtown Seattle. Seattle Police Captain Mark Garth Green.
Last time we won, 2014, we had about 750,000 people. We're expecting the same, if not more, into the city this time.
The trophy presentation Wednesday set for 10 a.m. at Lumen Field. The parade starts after that. It'll go along 4th Avenue to Seattle Center. The millionaire tax proposal in Olympia has cleared its first committee. Latest update from KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
Democrat Yasmin Trudeau says this bill is about leveling the playing field.
There are many across this state, I think, that continue to struggle to figure out whether they're going to put food on the table.
There is nothing in this bill that is making Washington state affordable.
That's GOP State Senator Perry Dozier. Now, Republicans on the Ways and Means Committee unsuccessfully proposed several amendments, including one to lock in the 9.9% tax rate and $1 million threshold, and another to remove the emergency clause, which prevents the measure from going to voters. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
And we turn now to the real-time traffic desk, checking in with Nate Connors.
And this report brought to us by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Light volumes this afternoon, and it looks like we've already peaked and are starting to thin down of the backups. We do have North 5 scattered backups from the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal, about 20-25 minutes tops to make it through this. South 5 slows from the U District High, 90. Gets heavy there briefly around 5:20. Linwood to Seattle still less than 20 minutes. It's a 25-minute trip from Seattle to Bellevue Seattle to Linwood and Bellevue to Linwood. Both of our lake bridges are all clear. Westbound 520 has our new normal backup starting in Montlake because of Revive I-5. South 405 is thick from Southeast 8th through Factoria, Bellevue to Renton under a half hour. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway is already improved to a half hour. And down toward Yale in both directions of State Route 507 are jam-packed this afternoon, approaching the Nisqually River Bridge where we just cleared a collision. So northbound, you've got a 2-mile backup, southbound a 3 to 4 mile backup. It's home show season. Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off plus 12 months same as cash financing. Visit them at the home shows or lakewashingtonwindows.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Forecast now. Got a few showers ending later on tonight. Morning fog and clouds for Tuesday, then afternoon sunshine. The parade forecast looks pretty good. Foggy early, but sunshine for the afternoon. Right now, 50 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granello, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Oh,
Sorry.
sure. Yeah, now I really want to watch.
KIRO 7 TV's Pinpoint Alert Days. It's your advance notice to stay safe. When weather threatens to damage and disrupt your daily life, KIRO 7 sounds the alarm, preparing you days in advance. Stay informed, stay prepared with KIRO 7 Pinpoint Alert Days only on KIRO 7 News. I'm sure they...
Yeah. Producers. Oh, Buc-ee's! Buc-ee's is back! Buc-ee's! Thank you, Buc-ee's!
I'm sure KIRO 7...
Hold on, I'm in the middle of this. I can't even hear you. Oh, yeah. 50 years of Buc-ee's. Yeah. Drop the tranny. Head on over to Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's Auto Service Centers. 50 years with 16 locations. Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't want to...
Buc-ee's! Buc-ee's is back! Buc-ee's! Buc-ee's is back! Buc-ee's! Buc-ee's is back! What's wrong? Were you?
No, I'm just...
No, you were in the middle of the thing. You interrupted
Yeah, sorry.
me.
No,
sorry.
I didn't realize there was a whole
We'll pick it
song
up from
and
2.
dance.
We'll pick it up right before the guy interrupted. Buc-ee's! See, Joe normally sings along with me. Go ahead, give me a little something.
Buc-ee's!
Okay, never mind.
Do you do any other sound effects besides the buzz, buzz? Could you do the sound of a rubber glove? Sorry, putting you on the spot. That's okay.
Taking it out
Close
of
enough, yeah. Well, all I was going to say is, dropping the tranny, you probably want to, you just take it to Buc-ee's and let them handle that. Why would you drop the tranny before you take it over?
Well, if you drop your tranny, you take it over there and they fix it for you. Like
Okay.
Nate had all sorts of problems with his car. That's why we thought Buc-ee's was gone for a while because they'd made so much money off of Nate.
I didn't need anymore. That's good.
I'm like, how's the car coming along? Is that the one you set on fire by yourself in the parking lot and then had second thoughts about it, went out there and put it out? And then I'm like, what's wrong with your car? He goes, I don't know, took it over there and they were just working on it and they got it fixed for me. But I was like, that thing's nickel and diming you to death.
I know.
All right. Halftime show, people still talking about it. I looked up online, most popular halftime show ever. What was it? Anybody, any idea? Nate, Andrew, anybody? Most popular halftime show from naming all of them for all the years.
Well, I know the answer.
You know the answer.
Yeah.
It's Prince.
Yes.
People loved Prince's performance. They went to Prince after he had negotiated the whole thing. Yes, I'm going to play. They said, oh, by the way, you are obligated to do a press conference. He's like, I don't do press conferences. Well, you have to do one because we have to offer that to the press. They're going to ask you about your halftime show. Well, okay. Well, I'm not going to. Okay, I guess I have to do it. So I like this. Here's how it starts. So the press is there. The entire band walks out.
Those kind of words.
Yeah, this is the only thing he said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, he throws it. Yeah. I'll let you just listen.
Those kind of words. We hope we don't wreck your ears too much. Contrary to rumor, I'd like to take a few questions. Right.
So I would like to take a few questions. Watch this.
Yeah.
Will Johnny be good? He then plays 3 songs nonstop.
Doesn't take any
no
questions.
breaks and walks off stage. And they're like, well, I guess it was good enough. So yesterday I had the chance. You could flip over in halftime over to the opening of Turning Point USA, the All-American Halftime Show.
Welcome to the Turning Point USA.
Where do they have this thing, in a mall?
Well, yeah, I can't quite tell. It was some type of performing space. They had all sorts of fireworks.
Okay.
All American halftime show. And this one's for you, Charlie.
For Charlie's name at the end. I saw a guy go into a bar who had paid for the Super Bowl experience, and while he's in the bar, he says to the guy that owns the bar, hey, what are you doing? You're flipping over and watching the All-American Halftime Show? I paid my ticket to see the full Super Bowl experience. I don't want this. Flip it back. The guy's like, you flip it back. And then fisticuffs break out.
Oh.
Brantley Gilbert? I saw him open for Jason Aldean.
And Charlie, he gave people microphones so they could say what was on their mind.
This guy's intense. You ever seen him play?
Well, just at this performance, yeah.
He was rocking harder than this performance.
This is what's on mine. I just want to catch my fish.
Kiss my fish?
I think so. Oh, this is I think he performed an unreleased song.
I want to catch my fish, drive my truck, drink my beer.
It's called Country Nowadays.
Kind of clicking on all of them, except making out with the fish thing, but the beer in the truck and everything else.
He said want to catch his fish. You thought he said kiss his fish?
I thought he said kiss some fish. Listen.
And Charlie, he gave people microphones so they could say what was on their mind.
Listen.
This is what's on mine. I just want to catch my fish.
Did it like kiss? Is it just me?
I can hear how you heard kiss, but
I heard kiss.
Okay.
My fish.
Oh, hang on.
Catch my fish. Just want to catch my fish. Drive my truck. Drink my beer.
No, it's not easy being country. Kissing those fish. Kid Rock.
Everyone keeps trying to stop me from kissing my fish.
That's what makes it so hard to be country. Kid Rock doesn't realize that when you are lip syncing, you got to keep the mic there the whole time. I can tell Jacob pulled these sound cuts because they're like, just as it gets going, then you just fade it out.
I didn't know how.
Just a lot of noise in the very beginning.
Listen.
All right, so they're trying to total it up to tell how many people watched. You're getting any numbers from 25 million to 30 million that switched over because you got to look at YouTube and other sources that you go ahead and watch this thing. So then it's this idea of like, look, we showed Roger Goodell 30 million or 25 million switched away from Bad Bunny to watch this. So it doesn't unite the audience. It's just purely marketing. Just realize that they're a business and they want to get more and more customers. And how you to do that? We got to appeal to young men and young women. They didn't have Taylor Swift in the stands this year, so you get Bad Bunny, who is a very, very popular performer, whether you like him or not. They got to do something because, again, it's a business. It's a business. So how do you do that? You get somebody like that. And because they don't care. Where's the old, slightly overweight guy that needs every single one of the products and businesses that we sell here on KIRO Radio? Where's he going? He's not going anywhere. I'm not watching football anymore ever since they had the stop racism in the end zone. Where are you going? You're not going to watch? Of course you're going to watch. They know that. You have nowhere else to go. So they don't care about you. You're locked in all the way to the end. You got to get the next generation to be coming up.
Yeah, all those fish kissers.
Guys,
they aren't going anywhere.
They're going to do that stuff. All right. Luckily, you caught that one. All right, here comes Nate checking traffic, Nathan.
All righty, Gig Harbor, westbound 16. It's crowded from 36 all the way up to Pioneer Way. I don't see any blocking problems on any of the cameras. It is raining heavily in that area, so that might just be our sole cause here. Federal Way, South 5 was stop and go between State Route 18 and the Puyallup River Bridge, which is typical for this time of day. Federal Way to Tacoma, less than 20 minutes. Down in Yelm, both directions of State Route 507 are really struggling this afternoon from an earlier crash near the Nisqually River Bridge. That recently cleared. Well, there's 2 to 3 mile backups coming in both directions. Here in Seattle, North 5 scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal Bridge. 25 minutes through downtown. South 5 slows from the U District to I-90. Nothing real heavy. Linwood to Seattle, less than 20 minutes. Both of our lake bridges are all clear. South 405 is heavy from South Bellevue through Factoria. Bellevue to Renton, about a half hour. And Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, also a half hour. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Hi, I'm Charlie Harger.
And I'm Amanda Factor.
Your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks are back in town getting ready for a victory parade.
Trump allies offer access to the president for $1 million donations to America's birthday group.
New York Times investigative reporter David Farenfold explains.
And how to fund DHS. News Nation's Leland Vitter joins us as another deadline looms.
Join us tomorrow 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
On the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign. And so I saw the accident coming and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines and I was able to sleep through the night. And that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
I'm here with Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. And Wes, you were just telling me you think 2026 is going to be a rebound year for the housing market.
That's right. I think we're heading into the best real estate market of the past 4 years. And here's why. If you take a step back and look at the big picture, experts are anticipating a 15% increase in sales volume next year. Interest rates are at near 3-year lows and trending down, and home prices have held near all-time highs. There is a lot of pent-up demand. People have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for their time to jump into the market since 2022, and they need a place to buy.
So, hey, 2026 might be your year. If you're considering selling your home, if you're thinking about moving, but there was something that was just holding you back, now might be a great time. So do this. Go to sellwithwes.com. You can see your home's real value there with Wes's home value calculator. Then schedule an appointment by giving him a call. Sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
For seniors, the new year is a good time to reassess finances. If you're struggling with bills, our friend Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage says a reverse mortgage may be a great way to ease your stress.
Seniors tell me all the time, we love our home, we'd love to stay here, but we just can't afford it anymore. A reverse mortgage lets you tap your home equity for tax-free cash to pay off your mortgage, pay off your debts, and maybe put some extra money in the bank. You've worked hard for that home equity. Now let your home work for you. And best of all, you'll have no mortgage payments the rest of your life.
And you always talk to a real person, not an AI robot.
That's right. You'll get a no-pressure consultation directly from me. Never a sales pitch and never an AI bot.
Honest advice you can trust from Best Mortgage, the reverse mortgage experts, the VA loan and debt consolidation experts too. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perongo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Came in today. Joe wasn't feeling well. He's got a bad sore throat. And Jacob takes over. And Jacob comes in. It's going to be a pretty easy show to do because it's just all Super Bowl. So here we're milking this, right?
That's right.
All right. If you are Sam Darnold, congratulations. You made what did you get paid? $178,000 for playing in the Super Bowl. If you're a losing team, you get $103,000. Oh. But not so fast. Don't celebrate that because don't forget he's in California. So you take his $178,000. You take the fact that they had duty days. Those are practice days. 7 practice days. They're going to take 3.5% of your taxes just being in California. So total amount $178,000 plus a salary. So he paid the state of California $249,000 in taxes, and he is able to buy more than 29,000 harm reduction kits, which include IV needles and tinfoil and some Narcan. So there you go, Sam. Thanks for helping California.
And we're looking to update our laws to
yes, we
raise
would have
taxes on it as well, right?
Yeah, we'd have the jock tax as well because you've earned it. You've come in, you came into Seattle, you played football, you leave. Why shouldn't we get a big chunk of your money? Because you don't deserve it. The other interesting sort of little bits of I find out. So if somebody's putting up a commercial, they're going to spend $10 million. By the way, it's $2 million more expensive than it was the year before. Is it worth it? Well, according to the statistics, they wouldn't do it if it wasn't worth it. They said for every dollar spent, if the Super Bowl ad hits, if it's something that people like, then you get a $4.60 return. I think that's coming from the marketing department. Is this working? Oh, absolutely, sir. We've well, every dollar is $4.60 in return. Not bad. You could get somebody like, was that who did the Pringles commercial? That was Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter, yeah.
I'm so tired of boys. I need a man.
Isn't that one of her songs?
I'm sure most of her songs are something about that, yeah.
And she builds a whole guy made out of Pringles.
Pringle-leo.
Okay, then it doesn't play well on radio. I have officially turned into an old fart because I don't know who any of these people are. I don't pop references, cultural references. I've turned into my dad, who used to wander in when my brother and I are watching MTV and say the same three things. He would sit there and he'd go, "Every black guy, who's that? Michael Jackson?" I'm like, "No, Dad, that's not Michael Jackson."
And at a certain point, Michael Jackson stopped looking like a black person for the end
my
of his
dad
life.
off.
Okay, yeah. That's really confusing.
That's Lionel
for him.
Richie. Whatever. And then every woman, every female, who's that? Madonna? No, that's Bette Midler. But is that Madonna? I'm like, okay, Dad, you got two things. It's either Michael Jackson or Madonna. At least you get the genders right on some of these. The Dunkin' Donuts ad.
Before the movie, a much better version of Good Will Hunting was made as a sitcom with a real genius in the lead and some other actors.
Hey, Will, did you arrange the munchkins in the Fibonacci sequence? I got a genius working for me.
He's such a genius, then why'd he put ice in his coffee, huh?
Come on, Chucky, I'm just Will Hunting. I'm not a genius.
I will marry the first man that can help me with the Fibonacci sequence.
Who's that, Madonna?
Oh, you win. Don't you have a girlfriend?
We're on a
Is
break.
that Michael Jackson?
I don't need her. I still get everything I need right here at Dunkin'.
Hey, kid, if you're still single, doing this Boston shtick and working for Dunkin' when you're 50, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Isn't that you?
Okay, I'm completely lost. What was the movie? Good Will Hunting?
Well, it starts there, and then it...
Well, that was Matt Damon.
Yeah, Ben Affleck's already also in the movie.
You know what? You just,
it's taking me too long to explain.
Madonna in that movie? Here's Nate checks traffic. Nathan.
All right, this one brought to us by Simply Seattle. Gig Harbor, westbound 16. We're packed at 36 up toward Pioneer Way. It's just heavy rain out there slowing you guys down. Tacoma to Olympia, just a 40-minute drive this afternoon. And the only thing slowing you down is about a 2 to 3 mile backup through the JBLM main gate area. Here in Seattle, North 5, we have scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal Bridge. You've got a nice clear patch through the downtown core. Maybe 25 minutes tops through downtown. South 5 slows from the U District I-90, but Linwood to Seattle looking good, less than 20 minutes. It's less than a half hour from Bellevue to Linwood and Seattle to Linwood. Both of our lake bridges are all clear. Westbound 520 eventually jams up there in Montlake. South 405 is heavy from Southeast 8 through Factoria. Bellevue to Renton's at a half hour. Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear with both licensed and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats, and collectibles. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order at simplyseattle.com. KIRO Newsradio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
You want to feel more organized, less stress in the house? Closets will do it. It's really fascinating. When Nick kept bothering me, we need to get better organized. The garage looks like a bomb went off in there. All your half-done projects, it's really horrible. You drive in, it just looks like a mess. I said, okay, put a closet in the garage. No, not just a closet, a whole wall of closets. I said, whoa, wait a minute. What's this going to cost? She goes, I'm using Closets by Design. They're locally run, been around for 22 years, family-run business, and it is design. They're not coming with a box of parts trying to jerry-rig it all in there. And they're even going to build a cabinet for us in the laundry room. I said, whoa, with the price. I find out 40% off, plus an additional 15% off, an 18 months financing and free installation. I said, okay, let's go with Closets by Design. The nice designer came out, spent from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and they came up with all sorts of plans. Master bedroom, a walk-in closet, just absolutely gorgeous. And the same thing with the rest of the closets, and the fact that it was so customized just for us, we love it. You too will love the work done by Closets by Design. 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN. CloSetsByDesign.com.
Cold is leaking and rats are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What do the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. All of us on the farm want to congratulate our football team on a winning season. And I want to remind you, the shape of a football, it's kind of like an egg. Sure, one's for touchdowns, the other's for healthy breakfast. But you score with both. So celebrate the season with locally fresh eggs from Wilcox, because both scramble pretty well. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Join in on the conversation by sending a text to 888-973-5476. That's 888-973-KIRO.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
At Guardian Roofing Gutters and Insulation, we stand by our quality gutters. Whether you need a cleaning or a complete gutter install, we do it all. Call today and get $250 off a gutter installation. And visit us at GuardianRoofing.com.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Today's show host Savannah Guthrie made another appeal to the public today for help in finding her missing mother. But she did not mention a ransom or a deadline. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti reports.
Savannah Guthrie posted a new video, this time reaching out to the public for help finding her 84-year-old mom, Nancy.
If you see anything, you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
The message follows one from Saturday when the family said they were ready to pay.
Some lawmakers went to a secure Justice Department location today to have a look at unredacted Epstein files. Lawmakers like Democrat Jamie Raskin wanted more clarity on some of the names that were redacted.
There are puzzling, inexplicable redactions, and so we need some explanation from the Department of Justice about what their process was.
On Capitol Hill, former Epstein confidant Ghislaine Maxwell appeared in a video call before the House Oversight Committee, but refused to answer their questions.
My habeas petition is pending in the Southern District of New York. I therefore invoke my right to silence under the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
The Department of Homeland Security is facing a shutdown this weekend if Democrats and Republicans can't reach an agreement on ICE reforms. The White House has sent a counterproposal to Democrats' demands. CBS's Camilo Montoya Galvez reports new data shows less than 14% of ICE arrests involve violent criminal behavior.
For example, only 2% of the 400,000 people arrested over the past year by ICE have had convictions or charges related to homicide or sexual assault. Less than 2% had been identified as gang members participating in gangs like Agua and others across Latin America.
Cuba warned airlines today a fuel shortage will prevent refueling on the island. A plane crash in Grainsville, Georgia, produced some frightening moments for the pilot on liveact.net.
Gainesville traffic, this is Bonanza 229, take a ticket. We're not going to make it. Please tell my wife, Molly, I love her, and my parents. I love them so much.
They did make it. The plane crashed on a main road, hitting 3 cars. 2 people were injured, none seriously. There was a brazen heist in Italy today where a heavily armed gang attempted to ambush an armored truck while posing as police. They blew open the truck while also in a firefight with police. No one was injured. 2 suspects were arrested. On Wall Street today, stocks finished higher. This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to CBS Mornings on the go on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're preparing for a Super Bowl victory parade in Seattle, but first we check in with Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. If you're heading out toward Gig Harbor, westbound 16 is jam-packed from about 36 up to Pioneer Way. I don't see anything blocking. It is dumping rain out there, though, so I think that's our culprit. In Federal Way, we have a new collision, North 5, just before State Route 18. This one is blocking 3 center lanes, so that leaves the HOV and your far right lanes open. North 5 into Seattle, scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal Bridge. It's about 25 minutes through downtown Seattle. South 5 slows a bit from the U District I-90, nothing too heavy. Linwood to Seattle, right around a 20-minute drive. Bellevue to Linwood and Seattle to Linwood are both 25-minute commutes, looking really good. South 405 gets packed at Southeast 8th and Bellevue through Factoria, and then from there, you're going to thin out pretty quickly. Bellevue to Renton, we're down to 25 minutes. And down in Yelm, both directions of State Route 507 remain jam-packed approaching the Nisqually River Bridge. I thought our earlier crash in this area had cleared, but those backups haven't let up, so maybe we're still alternating at the scene down there. Meanwhile, southbound 507 has a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup, and now westbound 702, you're in a 2-mile backup. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granello. Super Bowl 60 belongs to your Seattle Seahawks.
Congratulations on the Super Bowl win. Take it back to Seattle. You're Super Bowl champs.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell there presenting the Lombardi Trophy to the Hawks last night. Head coach Mike McDonald.
The way our team just decide, like when they set their mind to something and then they stick together and make it come to life, it's just unbelievable.
It was a party on the streets of Seattle last night. Police say the celebration was mostly peaceful, but not without problems. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more on that.
Thousands of loyal Seahawks fans, the 12s, converged on downtown Seattle and on Capitol Hill for a celebration that went on for hours. In spite of the number of people on the street, SPD Detective Eric Munoz says incidents of violence were rare.
We had multiple arrests for DUI, multiple arrests for firearm violations, and assault arrests. There was no significant injuries or fatalities. There was no homicides, no fatality collisions.
Munoz says there was some broken glass on the Pioneer Square pergola and some damaged street signs. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Now this Wednesday, expect hundreds of thousands of 12s to join in for the Seahawks Super Bowl parade. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin checks in with the King County Sheriff's Office about security preps.
Deputies say there will be plenty of law enforcement flooding downtown to keep people safe on Wednesday.
We have a plan in place right now. We want to be prepared for everything.
The Seahawks are already encouraging people to take public transit since parking will be difficult.
Be patient, be smart, don't drink and drive.
If you do plan on being one of the hundreds of thousands of people expected to attend the parade, officers say they want you to report anything suspicious if you see it.
A Western Washington University alum delivers Team USA's first gold medal of the Olympic Winter Games. 30-year-old Breezy Johnson captured gold in women's downhill. She edged out the silver medalist by just 0.04 of a second. Her next event is the Super G this Thursday morning. To your weather update now, looking at a few showers in the South Sound. They will end later on tonight. Morning fog and clouds, and then some sunshine for tomorrow. Right now, 50 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line.
Better be good, Nathan.
Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show. Thank you.
Oh, you suck! You suck! You always sucked! Yeah!
Oh, wow. Back to back.
Okay, well, we appreciate that feedback. We'll learn and grow from that. You can take that over to Jacob's office, and you can work with that type of feedback. Got to take good with the bad. Don't do that. By the way, I want to thank Aaron for playing hurt today. He didn't get much sleep, and he's leaving it all on the ball field.
That's right. Saving it for the mic, as they say. Do they say that? They don't say that.
You just said it.
Yeah.
By the way, just quick sports thing, since it's all sports today, all the time. Who could possibly take Rick Riz's place?
Well, it's going to be Gary Hill Jr., I would think. They've been kind of grooming him, it seems. Yeah. So he's good. He's solid.
He is good, but it's one of those things you never want to be in the person who replaces the person who replaces the person. I mean, you don't want to be the guy that replaces the guy.
Gotcha.
You want to have somebody get in there and kind of screw it all up for a little while.
That's why when you call it quits, we're just going to end the afternoon show. I've been told.
No,
yeah.
I don't think so.
No,
we're just going to go just Jake and Spike all the way through till 7.
We're going to, we'll with the new daylight saving time situation.
You did throw everything off. All right. Back to the parade, everybody. If you attended the one and you still haven't, in 2014, and you still haven't returned back up to body temperature, because it was so unbelievably cold that day. Oh, my God. It's going to be a different setup. So they're going to start at the stadium and then march up to the Space Needle.
Oh, is that different than...
Yeah, because 14, it started the Space Needle, made their way down, all the way down to the stadium, and then we all sat in the stadium for 2 hours or something like that. While they were trying to get all the players in, they were getting fitted for the rings, but they had been out on the open, vans and pickup trucks and stuff, so their fingers had swollen. But we sat there for 2 hours and ladies and gentlemen, more Blue Thunder. We're like, no, please, something. Where are the players? Which is this just your theory, Jacob, that people don't know? Have you come up with this on your own?
Yeah, I mean, I think largely. I was Googling. I was looking at the
premise is people don't know the players and their personalities as well as they knew.
In 2014, yes, you had Marshawn Lynch, you had Richard Sherman, you had massive personalities.
Do what they do in sports where they actually put the plural on, whether it be your Marshawn Lynches or your Russell Wilsons.
Yeah. We also, not only were those guys more vocal or Marshawn Lynch less vocal in a certain way, but more like his personality lived larger in the minds of the fans, I think. And for two reasons. One, I think they had more interesting personalities. And two, they had more time to develop a relationship with the fans. So Marshawn Lynch comes to the team in 2010, makes immediate impact. So you've got the Beastquake narrative.
Right.
And then the Super Bowl isn't until 4 years later. You've had that amount of time to, I know who that guy is.
Right. You see him crash through a wall carrying a toilet.
That's he's in all those Beacon Plumbing commercials.
Right.
I don't know that...
Be the last guy I'd want to try to fix my plumbing.
This team has had success so quickly that we barely, we
hardly know him.
Exactly. Marshawn Lynch is out there. He's throwing Skittles at the crowd. I don't know what these guys are going to do. I think people are going to have a great time. I don't think it's going to take anything away from it. But it is intriguing to me that these guys seem as unfamiliar as they do.
Yeah, now here's some guy trying to prove it. This is Kyle Who is this?
Brandt. He's like a national sports guy, but he was talking up the Seahawks a lot earlier than anyone else really in the national media.
So he decides he's going out on the street. This isn't fair, but he's going to go on the streets of New York City and ask them if they recognize Seattle head coach Mike Macdonald.
The Seattle Seahawks are the number 1 seed in the NFC. They won 14 games. And I don't think most...
By the way, the rule of TV is to make it funny, put funny music underneath it.
The country can name their head coach. New Yorkers know everything about sports. Just ask them. Well, I'm going to ask them, who is this?
You are NFC West champion.
Let's see if they know.
You love the league. You love playoff season, all that stuff. Absolutely. Who's this?
Apologize to all my friends in my fantasy league that are going to roast me from here until eternity for not knowing who this guy was.
Great job. I'm going to show you a picture of someone in the NFL. All you have to do is say who it is. Sound easy, right?
Yeah.
Who is this?
I do not know.
Where do you go to get a Big Mac?
McDonald's.
Who's your NFL team?
The Buffalo Bills.
Right, the Buffalo Bills. They've had a really good season. Who is this?
Okay,
I don't know him.
Okay.
Did he play for the Jets?
You like the NFL?
Yeah.
Who's that?
That's not fair.
Well, he's at least getting people to admit that they seem to care about the league. But yes, they are on the East Coast.
But then Mike Macdonald, they would know Mike Macdonald and Mike Macdonald's history.
They don't have to know his history, but they don't even
Identify
know
him.
They don't know his face at all.
Got it. It's young players just coming in, establishing themselves, and kind of having breakouts. It's also different now how social media has broken up into little chunks.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same sort of thing that the Mariners faced. When you had Jay Buhner and little Joey Cora, you got Junior and the rest of the players that were in there that everybody knew for the Mariners. There's a Wilson. Everybody knew them all, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could see them and talk to them. And then all of a sudden, if the player doesn't speak English or English is their second language, that's a little harder to create those personal connections with the players.
You've got 160 games though. You've got 10 times as long basically to connect with fans. Is the only other thing I'd say for baseball's advantage.
Yeah, but I think certainly if you're a fan now, more and more people begin to sort of attach themselves to something like Witherspoon or anybody else. It's like a younger player. Then they're like they love the guy. I was going to do my invitation. My brother comes from Philadelphia, where there's 62 AM sports talk stations, and everybody gets on there and yeah, what do you got to say? Yeah, it's really going to come down to what team wants it more than the other, Yeah. Yeah, and it's going to be like first team, if you got more points on the board at the end of the game, then, you're looking at a victory over the other guy. Yeah, so? Yeah, so just want to say, you got to play with heart. Yeah. Oh, my God. Like somebody else on. Just going to get down to who wants it more. Thank you for that. Beautiful insight.
I'm glad you made fun of Kyle Brandt for having funny music underneath this.
Yes,
certainly we'd
never sink that low. Yeah. I love the story of this guy, Mattress Mac. Mattress Mac set up a furniture store in Houston. He became famous for a number of things nationally. It was when he won $75 million in the bet that the Astros would win the World Series. He then decides he's going to place a bet. He goes with the New England Patriots. He wagers $2 million. He would have won $4 million, I think, if it had gone his way. It didn't.
Well, and the other thing he's doing, right, is that he's announcing a deal.
Yeah, this is the weird thing that if
it breaks even for him basically either way, because he says, okay, if my bet pays off, all of anybody who buys furniture this weekend, what they purchase is free.
Yes,
and they get their money back. If I lose, then you don't get your money back.
So he's hoping to sell $2 million worth of mattresses in 48 hours.
And a lot of times he seems to accomplish it.
He is an interesting character. And so I decided to look him up to see more about somebody that wagers like that. So Jimmy Mattress Mac, combining gambling and his business.
Came up with an idea one time when the Houston Texans were playing the Dallas Cowboys, first time ever they played. The Texans weren't a very good team. Cowboys were a good team. So I said, why don't we do a promotion? If the Texans win, customers buy furniture and they get their money back if the Texans do win. And the Texans really had no chance. So we did the promotion, sold about $2 million worth of furniture in 3 days, which was best 3 days we'd ever had. And the Texans, of course, were ahead 14-0 at halftime, and it was exciting. The Cowboys ended up winning, so that was the first one I ever did. And I said customers like this relevance of maybe getting their furniture back if the team wins, if the outcome is their way. So been doing it ever since.
Yeah, if in his mattress store, or in his furniture store, big furniture store, if you go down the wrong hallway and you open a door, you'll be walking into a daycare center. He runs a daycare center, a legitimate one. And a elementary school and a high school for kids that want to get their GED. He also has skill-based training, welding, plumbing, and carpentry also offered there. And I think it's free. He offers it to the community for free. He has this general idea that he got from his father that you work hard, work is the best therapy, that you make money as a capitalist, but at the same time he also describes himself sometimes as a social worker. He talks about his biggest loss experience.
Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl in New York. Two of these guys that worked here were huge Denver Broncos fans. They loved Peyton Manning. They said there was no way they could lose. So we did a promotion that if Seattle wins your Super Bowl, you get your money back. And so we had Denver thinking they were locked in to win. And that was crazy, like 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. That Saturday night, this entire place was empty of furniture. At 6 o'clock that night, everything was gone. And we had like 500 deliveries to do between Saturday night and time the game started Sunday at 5 o'clock, which is an overwhelming number of deliveries. So we closed the store first time ever from 6 o'clock that Saturday night all the way through Monday. We had no furniture to sell. And so I was so nervous. We had $9 million liability. I thought we were going to have about $1 million liability. We had $9 million. And so I hadn't hedged it at all. So I was on the treadmill for about 3 hours. And when none of the warehouse guys were coming by and high-fiving me, I knew I was in trouble. Then the phone rang. My wife was on the phone. I said, "Who won?" She said, Seattle won, dummy. We're out $9 million. So that was a big setback. But, to me, a setback's just a setup for a comeback. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you get rained out, and you put your big boy and big girl britches on and go to the next one.
Man, he is something else.
That's right.
Yeah, Mattress Max. You can look him up online. They've done a documentary on him. His drive for making the money, but then his incredibly big heart. He works 16 hours a day. I think he's 77 years old, and he's always there. He knows people by name, the people that work there, and just the biggest supporter for the community. To think that he has a school there for people that are trying to get their GED, and they don't pay anything. They've got teachers that come in, and he provides all this stuff for them in the furniture store. Which, if you ever bought a mattress at a furniture store, here's the weirdest thing. There's the guy standing there. Why don't you lay down on it? And you lay down on it. You're like this, just sort of. And he starts to tell you all the benefits and features of it. And you're just laying down or lying down. That lady's going to get mad at me. Lying down. And you're just looking up at the ceiling, and you're sort of like waist level with the guy who's just got his hands on his hips. He's talking you through the mattress.
Which is awkward, but it would be worse if he sat down next to you. It's just like... Okay.
Now, what you're going to notice is I get on the mattress, you're going to see that you're not going to get a lot of shift. We call that structure shift. Now, watch as I sort of bounce around on the mattress.
Right, yeah, he puts the glass of wine on it like the commercial.
Right. It spills all over his all over his dockers.
Yeah, this is not that type of mattress, actually.
Yeah, I just want to show you the difference between the two. That's it. So you're going to notice there's going to be a lot of pulling there in the middle of the mattress.
Ignore the wine stains on most of the mattresses in the store.
You know what? You don't want those. Hey, speaking of stains, the folks in Olympia have come up with more bad ideas. I'll just run through some of them for you, and you can go, oh, we saved ourselves some really bad ones. HB 2294. They wanted the Democrats that run the whole show, easier ways to open grocery stores in underserved areas. I don't know what it was going to be. Probably some sort of quasi-private public grocery store. But the reason there's not a grocery store, or there was a grocery store in the underserved community, and there isn't now, is because of shoplifting in most cases. So they were thinking, well, what can we do to get into the underserved communities? How about enforcing the law? So when somebody goes in to steal something, you grab them, or the cops get them, and they throw them in jail. And then maybe the underserved communities would no longer be underserved, but they would have grocery stores nearby. The other one, this is HB 2648, also taking a bullet. you would not be able, if somebody was an ICE agent, local police departments would not be allowed to hire them. Okay, luckily that one didn't go anywhere. And then also this one, which seems to have a little bit of life to it, which I can't imagine anybody would be okay with this. The Seattle Times talking about why they need money, your money.
Current state of media organizations is sadly in significant decline, as Frank just said, in Washington state and across the country. Per a recently released study from Medill School of Journalism at Northwestern, 2,000 newsroom jobs were lost alone in 2023. And nationally, 2.5 newspapers are closing on average a week. Washington State is not immune from that. Frank talked about us owning Yakima and Walla Walla. We've lost $2 million in those markets over the past 5 years. We have looked for selling. There's no buyers, and the buyers who are out there just gut their newsrooms even more. So we strongly encourage Senate Bill 5400 and ask you to move this forward and help address this crisis that's upon us. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So let's analyze this. You're asking for them to tax social media or tax tech companies, which would then be a tax on you, the customer, of 1.22, right? They would take that money and they would give it to the Seattle Times because the Seattle Times is upset that they're losing subscribers. And apparently, according to Alan there, that, all media is. So I just looked up Brandy Cruz. Brandy Cruz has half as many subscribers as the Seattle Times. It's 102,000 subscribers at Brandy Cruz Undivided. Just her and Nicole Thompson with half of the number of people that are subscribing to the Seattle Times. Because you know why? Because they're delivering something that somebody wants. You might want to change and find out why the customers are leaving you, rather than coming and asking the government to take our money to keep you alive. Here's Nate checking traffic.
This one brought to us by the KIRO Newsradio App. Out in Gig Harbor, turns out we have a disabled vehicle, westbound 16 at Willachet, partially blocking the right lane. And that's what's got you bumper to bumper at 36th Street. Now, the further up the road you go, the more this thins out. Federal Way, North 5, just before State Route 18, we've managed to clear this collision, mostly over to the far right, partially blocking the on-ramp, causing an early merge. Had 3 lanes blocked there momentarily, and that's why you're backed up to Porter Way. Tacoma to Federal Way, less than 20 minutes. Down in Yelm, we're still struggling. Southbound 507 at the Nisqually River Bridge, a collision is blocking that southbound lane. So you're sitting in a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup as traffic alternates at the scene. And this has a growing backup westbound 702, now 2-mile bumper-to-bumper backup starting near 64th Avenue. Here in Seattle, North 5, just scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal Bridge, about 25 minutes to clear this. South 5 looking good. You're a little slow from the U District to I-90, nothing heavy. Linwood to Seattle, less than 20 minutes. And Bellevue to Renton, a 20-minute commute with stop-and-go volumes from Southeast 8th down to North 30th in Renton. Text app to 888-973-5476 and download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nathan. If you've got yourself a bad hip, a shoulder, elbow, knee, wrist, whatever that joint is that maybe you just simply have worn it out, and you're thinking, oh boy, I think I have to go ahead and get surgery. Well, before you go under the knife, do yourself a favor and go see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Because, thank you, Nate. Nate, you're not on camera anymore. Thank you for that. Because Dr. Mark Wagner has done more than 20,000 stem cell procedures. It is a 90-minute outpatient procedure. I've had it done on my hip just about 12 weeks ago. Absolutely amazing. Here's what happened for me when I saw a surgeon. He goes, well, I'm going to have to give you a brand new hip, but you got to wait a couple years because you're a little too young. We don't want you to wear the hip out. So I got to wait with the pain. Well, have you tried stretching or aspirin? I'm like, I can't even sit on a plane for more than 4 hours. Okay. So I send my MRI and I send over the x-rays. Dr. Mark Wagner looks at them. I get the procedure. I feel great. So if you get a bad shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, knee, whatever it is, before surgery, first stop for you is drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Soak it in, Seattle.
3, 2, 1. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60. They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Congratulations to your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
We got the best team. 12 is one. We never wavered, man. We believed in each other. We loved each other. And now we're world champions.
And this is where the champs play. The home of the Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
For seniors, the new year is a good time to reassess finances. If you're struggling with bills, our friend Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage says a reverse mortgage may be a great way to ease your stress.
Seniors tell me all the time, we love our home, we'd love to stay here, but we just can't afford it anymore. A reverse mortgage lets you tap your home equity for tax-free cash to pay off your mortgage, pay off your debts, and maybe put some extra money in the bank. You've worked hard for that home equity. Now let your home work for you. And best of all, you'll have no mortgage payments the rest of your life.
And you always talk to a real person, not an AI robot.
That's right. You'll get a no-pressure consultation directly from me. Never a sales pitch and never an AI bot.
Honest advice you can trust from Best Mortgage, the reverse mortgage experts, the VA loan and debt consolidation experts too. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you. Guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening. I'm Aaron Granillo. Super Bowl champions again.
We got the best fans in the world, 12s. Look how many 12s are in this stadium right now.
Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald hoisting the Lombardi Trophy at Levi Stadium last night after that dominant win over the New England Patriots. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey was there.
You can bet 12s all over the world are celebrating. You are world champs again.
We are one team
and for the fans to be a part of that team and to bring home this championship, words can't explain it. It's amazing.
It's amazing. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience that I'll maybe get to experience again.
In Santa Clara, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Well, 12s here in Seattle can celebrate the Super Bowl victory this Wednesday when the team hosts its parade. Police Captain Mark Garth Green says 4th Avenue will shut down starting at 6:30 a.m.
We need that so we can deploy our fencing, deploy our barriers, and get everybody safely on the route to watch the parade.
Trophy ceremony for the Hawks starts at 10 a.m. at Lumen Field. When that is over, the parade will go from there to Seattle Center along 4th Avenue. Seattle Sonics fans, you could soon learn if you're finally getting your team back. New report says the NBA Board of Governors could vote on league expansion this summer. And of course, Seattle is a front-runner. Just last week, Governor Bob Ferguson met virtually with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. His office says Ferguson offered to be helpful during any talks of bringing the NBA back to the city. That proposed 10% tax on Washington's millionaires has now made it past its first committee. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay has the updates.
Democrat Yasmin Trudeau said this proposal is about leveling the playing field between the wealthy and those who are struggling to put food on the table.
We've had a lot of benefit to the top, which is why we've attracted so many wealthy folks, some of which have been quite open about coming here to shield that wealth.
Republican Perry Dozier said there's nothing in the bill that makes Washington more affordable.
Other than if you want to go to bed at night and say, hey, that millionaire, he's going to pay more. But I don't have money to buy food tomorrow.
The Senate Ways and Means Committee passed the bill, and now it goes to the Rules Committee. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
And now we go to the real-time traffic desk at 5:33. Check in with Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. Seattle Sports has our update. Out in Gig Harbor, westbound 16, you're going to jam up at 36 all the way up to a lot to drive, all because of a stall that's just partially blocking that right lane. It's mostly on the shoulder, but drivers are slowing down at the scene. Federal Way, North 5, just before State Route 18, a collision is all the way to the far right, partially blocking the very end of that on-ramp down there, so it's causing a bit of an early merge, and we've got to back up at the scene, and you're backed up to Porter Way. Tacoma to Federal Way, though, less than 20 minutes. We're still struggling in Yelm, southbound 507, just passing the Squally River Bridge. A collision blocks that southbound lane, and you've got a 4 to 5 mile bumper-to-bumper backup. Westbound 702 now has a 2-mile solid backup starting near 64th. Here in Seattle, North 5 is just scattered backups from the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. 25 minutes tops to make it through downtown Seattle. South 5 slows from the U District to I-90, but it's less than 20 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. And Bellevue to Renton is up a bit to 25 minutes. Stop and go volumes from Southeast 8th down to North 30th there in Renton. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Still seeing a few showers on the radar right now, mainly along the coast and the south sound. They will dry up as the night goes on. Tomorrow morning fog, some clouds. Afternoon sunshine, though, with highs in the low 50s. Right now, 49 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Really?
Yes, really.
Teeny. I bought that turntable for Teeny, but then when the Seahawks got into the playoffs, and then she got bumped off the turntable, and then the helmet went around.
Oh, okay. I brought her back because
A couple of mysterious things here in the studio. One, that pumpkin that was brought in on the 14th of October is still there.
I mean, I haven't noticed a smell.
Hasn't rotted?
No.
Pumpkin.
That's right. Recognize it? Point at it and say it again, Aaron. What is that?
That down there?
Yes, what is that?
That's a white pumpkin. Pumpkin. Right. Pumpkin. Yes, okay. I know.
Okay. It's time to spin the Wilcox Filling Farm eggs.
Excellent.
Get the dust off it because we haven't had it in a while. Here it goes. Names of all the players are on the. We took Aaron's off because he's not feeling well. He's retired. That's okay. There's Andrew's on there, Nathan's on there, and Nate is on there. And look at, oh my goodness, temporarily just put on there with a piece of Scotch tape. Yeah. Lands on Jacob.
Big surprise. Seems I don't like this. This wheel is broken because it's always lands on me when I show up. I'm just gonna hard boil those eggs. I got this weird little machine. It boils 6 at a time, boils them real good, and it's not too hard to get the shells off. That's my recipe.
What kind of eggs, Jacob?
Hard boiled. What's this? Is a normal type of egg?
What kind of eggs, Jacob?
Are you trying to ice?
Who provides the eggs, Jacob?
Chickens? Wilcox Family Farm.
There we go. Finally. Yeah. Wow. Don't forget names of all the recipes other than that one will be in the book. Sent to your house on a monthly basis. The leather-bound book, Wilcox Family Farm Eggs. Thank you. Right there. In what order you want to do these stories? This seems like we'll do the happy news first.
Okay.
According to Father James Martin, Dad, New York. Oh, sorry, New York. Yeah, not Boston. Gen Zs are coming back to church.
The Catholic Church is having a moment in the United States.
I'll say.
It's interesting. Yes, there's that increasing secularization. People have left the church. Not so many people go to church regularly. We are seeing this growing desire, especially among young people, for connection and for faith. The number of Gen Z Catholics is actually increasing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you minister to young Catholics. What do you think is going on in that sector of the Catholic population?
Someone described it to me as post-secular, which I like, that the secular world is just like lacking for them. They want a sense of meaning. They want a sense of mystery. They want community is a big word, right? They want to belong. But I also think I think people have a natural desire for God in their lives. I really do. And I think for a lot of younger people, they're finding the secular world just doesn't do it. It's been a surprise, actually. This is like the last 10 years. And it's exciting, for people in the Catholic Church. I think the challenge is to invite these people who might be looking primarily for an identity, right, with a group, into a deeper relationship with Jesus and with God. That's the key, right? So while you might be interested in a particular church because of, the community itself, right, which is where we find God, right, there also needs to be a connection with Jesus and God. So it can't just be me and my community, right? Are you helping the poor, right? Are you living out what Jesus says, right? Or is it just about kind of going to Mass and kind of ticking the boxes?
Yeah. The other part of it is the nice thing about Catholic churches, no matter where you go, anywhere in the world, it will be the same service. You can always catch the people that haven't been there in a while. And if you go there every Sunday, Father says, let's see how the people screw this one up.
And also with you?
Yeah,
and
also
with your
you.
spirit?
Yeah, with your spirit is what you're supposed to say.
Okay.
Yeah, peace be with you. And then you see all the Catholics that haven't been there in a while. And also with you.
Yeah, they changed it up on you.
Yeah, and the other Catholics that have been suffering through every single Sunday, like, and with your spirit. They look at you. Father Jury, who used to do the Mass on Sunday, I was the altar boy. He used to do this thing, old Irish guy. He used to, the crowded Masses, like Christmas, the Creasters, Christmas and Easter. He used to say, the sharpshooters in the back, I'm going to ask you to come forward. The sharpshooters in the back, come forward. Sharpshooters, because like the guys would not get down on both knees, just one knee down. Like you ever have an army man, plastic army man?
Yeah.
They have one knee down and one leg up. So he used to call them the sharpshooters. Sharpshooters in the back, there's plenty of room up front. God's got old eyes. If you want him to know you're here, the front row is all for you. And they're like, I'm not walking up to the front because then you can't sneak out right after communion. The other thing he used to do is he used to say, we're going to bolt the doors shut after communion, so don't think you could just leave right after you get the Holy Eucharist. Because people would walk up, get the Holy Eucharist, and go right out to the parking lot.
Oh, what happens after that? I've not been to a lot of Catholic Masses.
Okay. Well, you know what? So, first of all, you receive the Holy Communion. You kneel. You ask for blessings, say prayer. Then there's normally about 2 more prayers. And then there are the announcements, which you do coffee. And there's that's to the end. They hold that to the end. They do the announcements, they do thank yous and things like that. But normally you're wrapping things up afterwards. But you're heading right out and you're missing where the coffee and donuts are.
Well, I'm sure if you had a Gen Z producer, they'd know all about this.
No, a Gen Z producer does stories right after the Catholic story like this one. College students can't put their phone down even during sex. All right, Jacob. This is in Vice. And that's
right.
Did they do a study? Did they ask people?
Yeah, it's self-reported, so like they weren't monitoring people during that behavior. But
who's got the phone in their hand? What individual? What?
Apparently, they polled roughly 100,000 American students aged 18 and over. 35% said they pulled out their device.
I would assume if you are making sweet love to your girlfriend, and while you're doing all your best moves from high school. and she's on the phone, like texting somebody or watching
a
something.
Video is the
watching a
other thing
video.
they say. Scroll through a video.
That's going on while you're going on.
I mean, the reason they say that this is a phenomenon is because it's second nature for them. It's just not. It's not as if
it's
sex
first
is different.
nature. First nature is doing it.
Biological.
You better brush up on some of your moves if she's reaching for the phone and you got she's watching. She's doing Netflix and chilling while you're supposed to be Netflix and chilling.
That's the other irony to me of this is that you already have, I'm sure you've talked about this, places like Netflix are changing the way that they write their shows to acknowledge the fact that more people are second screening them is what they call it.
Right.
They're on
making
their
the
phones.
dialogues a lot as complicated. They're not putting additional plot twists in.
Yes.
They're not asking you to really give your full attention.
Simplifying their plots and repeating facts that the person needs to know because they're assuming that the person isn't fully paying attention. And people are, this is the presumption
Get
in
to
this.
the hospital. Jimmy's in the hospital. He's where? He's in the hospital.
Exactly.
Jimmy is. What happened to him? Remember the car crash?
It makes you feel insane if you're watching TV as you used to, which is it's the main thing that you're doing. You're like, why are they hitting me over the head with these very basic facts? But it is also funny, I suppose, a little bit to imagine that even
while you're doing
that,
something else,
hookup, you're also like second screening your hookup because that's how perhaps compulsive this behavior is.
You meet the person on Tinder or something like that, and it's not going well while it's going on, and then you're just trying to find somebody else on Tinder.
Well, we didn't get to the story that I was pitching about how long you should wait to text a person after a date. In the Psychology Today, psychologists suggest that that next morning's fine. People used to say 3 days. That feels crazy to people now. I used to. Yeah, I've been on dates where I was texting people while I was in the bathroom. When I was that excited about them, which is probably their ideas that perhaps shows you as a little bit overeager. You shouldn't text people when you're in the bathroom.
So you were on a date with somebody else, and you're texting somebody else.
No, I was texting the person I was on the date with from the bathroom. It's like, I thought of this thing to say to you. I was in the bathroom.
How long were you in the bathroom for? Gee whiz.
That's true. It's not very hygienic either because they know.
No, like,
do you do this before or after you wash your hands?
Stay away from the lasagna. Here's Nate checking traffic.
This one brought to you by Simply Seattle. Gig Harbor westbound 16. We're still crowded from the west end of the Narrows up to Alachua Drive from an earlier blocking stall. It is thinning out, though. Federal Way, North 5, just before State Route 18. A collision is off to the far right. It's blocking the very end of the on-ramp, causing an early merge, so we're jamming up at the scene, and you're backed up to about Porter Way. Tacoma to Federal Way, still less than 20 minutes. Out towards South Hill, westbound 512, packed through the South Hill curve over to Canyon Road. Yelm, looks like we finally cleared that long-term crash southbound 507 near the Nisqually River Bridge. You're still sitting in a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup, and then westbound 702 still has a 2-mile solid backup. North 5 scattered backups in Seattle between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal. 20 minutes to get through this. South 5 is slow from 520 to I-90, and Bellevue to Renton up to 25 minutes. Heavy volumes from Southeast 8 to 112th, and then it thins out as you make your way into Renton. Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear with both licensed and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats, and collectibles. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order at simplyseattle.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
I know what it's like. Watch that hair begin to thin. The crown disappears. That hair loss just starts to rob you of your identity. That was, 14 years ago I went to Advanced Hair. I'll tell you something. This is the best. It's a simple one-day treatment. They regrew my own natural hair. They do the exact same thing for you. And you notice that it's starting to thin in the front. Maybe you get that little bald spot in the back. It keeps getting bigger and bigger. Your barber, your hairstylist says, yeah, you're going bald. You have a choice at that point. Settle in on the fact that you're going to be bald for the rest of your life, or make an appointment with Advanced Hair. Free consultation, $250 off, $250 free hair graft at 425-449-8185. You don't want to wait because your own natural hair is guaranteed to grow. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. That's the second year in a row for those guys over there. You just simply need to make a call. 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185. Or check them out online at advancedhair.com.
It's why we bake in the sun, out on the berm every summer at training camp. It's why we scream till it hurts. Come fall and winter.
Listen to the 12th man.
It's why we're 12s.
And the party begins. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
Soak it in.
They lived up to the dark side today. It's going to go down in the history books.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It's cold outside, and if you're noticing it's taking forever to heat your home, there are cold spots in certain rooms, your furnace turns off and on a lot, or it never stops, or maybe your energy bill is just way too high. These are all warning signs that your home needs a blanket. There may be something wrong with your insulation, which means not only are you uncomfortable in your own home, but you could be wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in lost energy. Call Insulation Northwest today, and we'll send one of our professionals to give you a fast, free energy inspection to determine if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fix it fast. Most jobs are completed in one day. You have nothing to lose. The inspection is free and only takes about an hour and could save you thousands. Keep the heat in, the cold out, and your energy bill low. Call Insulation Northwest today. Insulation Northwest, the real insulation company.
Please ask if you qualify for thousands of dollars of free rebates from your energy company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that. But Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there. It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
For seniors, the new year is a good time to reassess finances. If you're struggling with bills, our friend Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage says a reverse mortgage may be a great way to ease your stress.
Seniors tell me all the time, we love our home, we'd love to stay here, but we just can't afford it anymore. A reverse mortgage lets you tap your home equity for tax-free cash to pay off your mortgage, pay off your debts, and maybe put some extra money in the bank. You've worked hard for that home equity. Now let your home work for you. And best of all, you'll have no mortgage payments the rest of your life.
And you always talk to a real person, not an AI robot.
That's right. You'll get a no-pressure consultation directly from me. Never a sales pitch and never an AI bot.
Honest advice you can trust from Best Mortgage, the reverse mortgage experts, the VA loan and debt consolidation experts too. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
If you're hurt in a car accident, call Harold Car Law Offices right away. They'll save you time and get you more money from insurance while you're able to focus on recovering. Visit carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call CAR.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Advanced Hair Restoration. There's the mailbag. Who's going to, it was like one note from Hudson? Just a little something? Can you? That's okay. Thank you, Hudson. Appreciate that. We'll get the letter of the day first. Take care of all the rest. Jacob?
Yes. Obviously, a lot of letters about the Super Bowl. Seahawks win. David in the 206 says, hey, John, should students get excused absences to go to the Seahawks parade on Wednesday?
Excused absences. Their parents should be able to excuse them if they go or not. Penny, the tugboat expert, says, just curious, John, why did that guy yelling have to do with whether he had a girlfriend or not?
Can we hear from Rye real quickly? Oh, he might not be ready. Sean from Tacoma.
Oh, you suck!
No, that's not. No, you're going to get us in trouble. No, never mind.
Tacoma.
Benny's a tugboat expert, but not expert on double entendres and inside jokes. So I'm moving on.
Sean from Tacoma. I started thinking that I haven't heard one TV or radio announcer or anyone else about the coincidence. It was 12 years since the 12s got to celebrate a Seahawks Super Bowl win. Everyone mentions it was 12 years, but not, hey, 12 years, just saying like it was meant to be.
Wow.
I mean, I
felt like I was with him in his head while you were reading that. Lisa in Renton says, best ad after a tight end prostate ad. Worst ad was the Coinbase ad. It was just like a karaoke screen.
Yeah, that was an awkward one. Rod in Edmonds, best ad, Lay's potato chips. Older dad handing off farm to daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Worst, hard to say. Multi-product tie. Best at multi-product tie, I guess is what he says.
Halftime show, Joey the Garbage Man. Hi, Joey. Nice to know you're out there. It's a hard truth that America does not seem to want to accept. All halftime shows suck. None of them are good. Live music on TV doesn't work unless it's White Snake. And they are the exception to the rule.
I was going to say, I think my favorite might have been Creed. Craig and Shoreline. They could have brought Snoop Dogg back or some red-blooded American entertainer. This Bad Bunny guy is a complete waste of hot air. Did you see when they interviewed the players and the majority of them didn't know who he was? Case closed.
Yeah, okay.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
Thank you, Teeny. Much appreciated.
Do I read this one?
Yes, that's all you.
Erica in the 425 says, hillbilly and redneck have gotten so old and overused, but now I have fish kisser. Thank you.
It certainly sounded like it.
Fish
I can't find it.
Wait.
That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote.
You're going to try to find it in like the final 30 seconds?
She left the gloom hanging around my...
And Charlie, he gave people microphones. Mine. This is what's on mine. I just want to catch my fish.
There you go. You have to catch him, kiss him. All right, here comes Nate checking traffic, Nathan.
Bucky's Complete Auto Care has our update. Federal Way, North 5, just before State Route 18. A collision is blocking the very end of the on-ramp down there. It's causing an early merge, and we're backed up to Porter Way. So coming to Federal Way, though, still less than 20 minutes. In Yelm, heading that way, southbound 507 has a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup heading toward the 702 interchange. And then westbound 702 has a 2-mile solid backup heading toward that interchange due to an earlier collision that recently cleared. Here in Seattle, North 5, we're thinning out with every report. Still scattered backups, though, from the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal. 20 minutes max through downtown. South 5 slows from 520 to I-90. Bellevue to Renton, 25 minutes. Still pretty heavy from Southeast 8th and Bellevue down to 112th. And then from there, it'll slowly thin out as you make your way into Renton. For 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has earned local trust with honest pricing and guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com. KIRO Newsradio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This is a great move. Nick kept saying, but we need to get the place organized because we've got this big, beautiful barn, but the previous owner just sort of he cheaped out and put some really crappy closets in. She's going, we got all this nice stuff, and we should have nice closets. I said, okay, go ahead, but just don't book the first one you see that comes up on Google, because we all know who that is. I said, try to find a local one. Try to find a local closet company. If they're family run, even better. I was just putting a whole bunch of like obstacles in her way because I was like, we don't want to get closets. She comes back to me, hey, I found Closets by Design. They've been around for 22 years. They're a family-run business. They're going to do a complete design, truly customized, but it's not custom prices. I was like, okay, have them come in. The work that Closets by Design did at the barn in Cle Elum, just outstanding. The garage looks like something you'd see in a magazine now, a big wall of cabinets. They built a cabinet for us, custom-built cabinet in the laundry room. So you don't have the big prices. Like, they're going to give you 40% off at Closets by Design, plus 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. You will love working with Closets by Design. 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Hi, I'm Charlie Harder.
And I'm Amanda Factor.
Your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks are back in town getting ready for a victory parade.
Trump allies offer access to the president for $1 million donations to America's birthday group.
New York Times investigative reporter David Farenbold explains.
And how to fund DHS. News Nation's Leland Vitter joins us as another deadline looms.
Join us tomorrow 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
On the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO Newsradio.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I had pain. I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
KIRO-FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here. And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms.
Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years.
That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives.
We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day.
And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us, clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations.
So next time you're at the grocery store,
skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them.
Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Metropolitan Markets, PCC, or Safeway. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
Hey, this is Pete from Home Matters. Tune in this weekend when we'll talk with local business owners about everything in and around your home. Join us on Saturdays from 2 to 3 right here on KIRO Newsradio, or listen to the podcast on mynorthwest.com.
Your best source for local news, KIRO Newsradio. KIRO.